not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, it's Jason Ross.
Hi, everybody.
Well, why are you all dressed up?
I have pants and a shirt on.
You do? What's going on?
And shoes and socks.
Jeez.
And maybe underwear.
Wow.
Maybe.
Or maybe you left it in New York?
Maybe even New York.
Welcome back, Jason Ross.
Thank you.
Hey, don't ever go away anywhere. Gosh, this job's hard.
Third down.
Third down. Did he tell you that?
I just
Yeah. How was it?
it was great.
Yeah.
Once I got there. It was great.
Is that an on-air or off-air story?
It could be an on-air.
I guess it doesn't matter. I already kind of told it.
You only know part of it.
Yeah, I only know part of it. And I was very gentle with it.
Yeah.
Because it's your story to tell. But
No, you only know part of it. It actually got way more interesting.
God, okay, so just a reminder, I told you guys Wednesday morning that I had spoken to Jason.
Yeah.
I thought he was in New York. He goes, yeah, I'm still in Sacramento.
Yeah.
And then you kind of went through the whole airline hullabaloo and malarkey.
Yeah. So, by the way, first off, happy birthday, Christopher Lott.
Happy birthday. I thought his birthday was last Saturday.
I know. What are we doing? How many days does he get?
Was this an Olympics?
He got another year older today.
Where's
two birthdays.
Where's the QR code?
It's on your screen.
You put that on the YouTube.
Look, it's right here. So yeah, if you told that part, I was in Sacramento longer than I should have been.
Yes.
That was just the beginning of my journey.
No.
Yeah, so when I talked to you, I was leaving, scheduled to leave Sacramento at, I don't know now, 7-something p.m.
Yeah.
Get in around, I don't know, a little after midnight, maybe a little bit later than that, in Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Beautiful Newark, New Jersey.
So get on the plane, and I was going to have a connection in Phoenix, and it was going to be a little bit tight, but
Phoenix,
and you know what that is.
You know what that is.
So get on the plane, on my way to Phoenix, but before we even get out of Sacramento, the pilot comes on and says, we're going to be waiting a little bit, something with, we need to get maintenance here to look at a smoke detector. Well, that's, you start to think, man, I don't want to miss my connection, but also priorities.
That's right.
Yeah, so
all for it.
What are the chances you're going to even need a smoke detector?
What are the chances?
And because I had already been moved flights, and I had a tight window to make my connection, I now in my new seat was in the last row. Literally the last row.
That's great.
I need everything to go right to make this connection.
Just to recap, you're on this plane, but you were originally on another plane that was supposed to leave much earlier, and you were there how early?
I'm not as probably early as I should have been.
How early were you there?
Well, I can tell you exactly.
Yeah.
I think I got there 40, maybe 50 minutes early.
Okay.
But have pre-check all that, have seat. It's
and because of a glitch, they said you weren't. You said you were, and then they gave away your seat to somebody else, even though you were right there, and now you're in the back row of this.
Yeah. So then I actually went back home. Blah 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 blah. So now on my way to Phoenix, and it's that delay is taking longer than I'm comfortable with. But now, we take off.
Uh-huh.
So once we're landed, I now check my phone to see how are we going to do here, and I have an email from the airline saying you were going to miss your connection. This is the second time this happened. We've redirected your flight, or we've changed your flight. So now I'm going from Phoenix to JFK. And I'm like, well, that's okay. It's a little bit further, but that's fine. That's good. And I look and I have a middle seat. I'm like, oh man, but it says change seats. And I actually changed to an exit row window. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. I'll take this.
Yeah.
So I'm accepting that, but we're sitting on the plane. I get another email. You are going to miss your connection to JFK. So they've already rebooked me to a new flight. I'm now going to miss that connection. And so the new one I get, Dave, is from Phoenix to Charlotte.
Oh, come on.
Charlotte to Newark. And it's now I'm getting in at like 11 the next morning. I'm like, well, the meetings
start at 9, right?
Yeah, well, that's
And
what
you
I had
gotta get
thought,
there.
which was great. The best news I found out in the meantime of all this, there was like an open seminar that started at 9, meaning like there were different things the league was showcasing. So it was all day long that was going on. The official start was 12:30. And I went, oh, I got more time. Well, that's good. So now I'm going, I am not taking this. That's terrible.
That's ridiculous.
So what I had to do was completely change plans. I found another flight out of Phoenix directly to Newark that was flying at 11:59. It's probably 10:15.
Mhm.
I'm like, but it's a different airline.
Right?
So I just completely changed. Like I'm just not even doing that. Like I have to do this on my own. Like I'm buying this ticket just because
Wow.
I want to get there. This is going to be the best for me to do.
I'm sure it's super cheap too.
Well, it wasn't terrible, but anyway, so here's the worst part of it. So of course I don't even know what terminal I'm in. I'm in maybe terminal 2.
Yeah.
And it's in terminal 4.
Of course it is.
So I have to take a shuttle, get to a different terminal, go through there, decent walk, get to the gate because I don't have a ticket now. And I said, I'd like to purchase a ticket. They go, you can't purchase tickets at the gate. I go, wait a minute. How do I get on this flight that's at 11:59? And they said, you could do it through the app or through, the internet. I said, okay, no problem. Because I saw there were seats available. So I'm like, I'm in good shape. So I start going, the lady says, but you need to hurry. I said, well, what do you mean? And she goes, you have to do it within 1 hour of departure. And it was 10:54. And it was 11:59 flight. So now I have to get online. You just have to do it seemingly that, but now you're under pressure. Like I need to get a ticket. And now I'm on the app. I'm saying, and it's like find flights. I'm like, why is it not working? Can you help me? Like, look, I'm here. I'm here. I'm trying to get this. It wouldn't register on my phone. Finally, it clicked in at like 58.
God.
And because I already had like Google Pay or whatever, like all my stuff was already in. Boom, boom, boom. I go, I got it. She goes, is your last name Ross? I said, yeah. She goes, you just got it. And she goes, you made it by like 30 seconds. For the hour
kidding
because I had to be within 1 hour. If I missed that, because I already gave up on Charlotte, I'd have been stuck in
Charlotte's
Phoenix.
garbage.
Yeah. So anyway, all that journey changed airlines, changed terminals. So then I get in, it's probably 7 a.m. in Newark. But now I know that, okay, I'm about 10 miles from the hotel. This is great. Maybe I'll get in by 8. I could sleep for like 3 hours. Well, it took an hour and a half from the airport to the hotel because drive time, New York, New Jersey, like all of it was in school. Like it was just the longest 10-mile drive I've ever had. And then got into the hotel, got into my room. It was a little bit after 9. And I said, well, I'm going to get like 2 hours and be ready to roll.
Dude.
And then last night coming home, no problem.
No problem. Of course
No
not.
problem. Ain't no problem.
Yeah, you were fine.
Smooth.
Well, see it.
I want to see it. Direct.
That is like
It was not fun. That panic, the worst part was literally she's like, well, you're going to have to hurry. I'm like, why? Like it's over an hour from the flight, which was like an hour and 4 minutes or whatever. She was, because we can't take flights within you can't buy a ticket within 1 hour, which who knew?
I saw it in the movie Airplane. He bought a ticket right there.
That's right.
It said smoking or non-smoking,
Yeah.
Smoking, and there was smoke on the ticket.
I think that's the first time I've ever bought a ticket at the
Airport.
I think. But I did it ironically on my phone.
But did you do at the counter? Did you go, I'll take one ticket to New York City?
Yeah. And make sure Miss Smith is on my left. I don't know.
Right. That is like those aren't pillows type of insanity.
But once I
Wow.
was already I'm like, I got to get there. I'm like,
right.
I've already kind of committed to this trip because there was a portion I'm like, well, maybe I'm just not going.
Yeah, maybe that's was there any part where you're like, maybe the guys are telling me not to get on a plane? Because that's what I would have started thinking at some point.
Well, when I had 2 change of flights while I'm sitting in the back of a plane going, wait, JFK, okay. And then wait, Charlotte, what? And it happened within minutes. Okay. But never made it through Charlotte, but I made it to Newark and made it to the broadcast meetings, and they were great.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah.
Hey, give MC the day off, would you please? I'm not starting with this. So I'm really glad you made it.
Yeah, me too.
But woof.
and I don't even know where I am.
Yeah, you are. You're actually in Portland. Welcome in.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I was
good.
there for the WNBA announcement.
And coming up later, we will. We'll see. I asked at one point for a nugget, not a Denver nugget, just a nugget on the meetings.
Okay.
And I would like some nougat.
Ooh.
Saucy
nugs.
I watched a show last night about nougat. It's
Wait.
that food show I'm watching.
Oh, I was saying
It is. It was about Milton Hershey and then the Forrest Mars and his son. They were
Jim Nougat.
Yeah. Well, then the Mars.
Ironically, Mars was head of Hershey's, and Hershey was ahead of Mars.
Oh, where was Jay in this?
Jay, he's still doing our voice work.
Jay Mars.
Yeah. Well, welcome in. Welcome back. My God.
Smooth.
By the way, not gonna
Thanks
throw
a
it.
lot, Pete Buttigieg.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And this wasn't, just to be clear, this wasn't completely under your control at all. There were outside forces helping you with this, and we're not going to throw any airlines under the bus. But I will say this: the lesson I think we should all learn is, whenever going to New York from Sacramento, always take the 11:30 red eye on JetBlue.
Which initially was an option. I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to do the red eye, which I ended up doing a red eye.
You did
and a
like
worse one.
2 red eyes.
Yeah. Which, yeah, would have gladly have done that because you knew that was direct. But I was like, I didn't really want to be on there because I don't know how you are on planes.
Yeah.
Did you sleep? I'm like, the answer is yes.
Right,
Well,
but it's crap sleep.
Yeah, it's like
it's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Where am I?
I slept. Are we there?
Right.
No, we're like it was 4 minutes ago.
Anytime there's turbulence.
Yeah. Or just that broke. Oh, my neck. Are you a neck pillow guy?
Yeah, or something. I gotta, because otherwise, if I fall asleep, I'll wake up and I'll have this crick for 3 days.
I try to put like a sweatshirt or something up against the window if I get the window, which I did have the window.
We're gonna go quick on Safer Out because I have to get this out because I can't when people are driving. You'll understand here in a second. So we're gonna go a couple minutes late here. So I'm in a couple of weeks. By the way, I'll be missing a Thursday and Friday. I found that out last night.
Oh, it is 2
Yeah,
days?
yeah.
Okay,
Sorry, I
that's
found
fine.
that out last night. I'll be. I
figured you might.
Yeah, and I don't want to say where or what because
I know.
you know why.
It's top secret.
But so I'm leaving the country for just a few days.
Oh, no.
Yeah, not connected to anything. Just
It's from the law, but don't worry about it.
Right.
Are you coming back?
To be determined.
You never know, do you? Anyway, so the one of the people I'm going with booked everything and said, hey, get me your passport info. This is 7:00 last night. Give me your passport info. So I can, you put that in to help with customs and all that. So my passport is always in one of 2 places, either the little zipper in my backpack when I'm traveling or the top drawer in our office, in a little office we have at home. I go to the office because I'm not traveling. I open up the top drawer. There's 3 passports in there. My wife's, my kids. Mine's not there. I go, that's weird. I left it in my backpack. I go out to the car. I get my backpack. I bring it in, which is why I'm using borrowed headphones today. I go in there. There's no passport. I tear the backpack apart. There's no passport. My wife figures out what's going on. She's like, well, let's start looking. I go, there's no point in looking. It's either in the drawer or in the backpack. There's no other place. There's no point. I'm psycho about this stuff. I hang up my keys in the same spot every day when I come home. I have any fobs or credit cards or anything. There's a little spot, a little stack at home on a little thing we have on the wall. I'm very crazy about that stuff because those are the things you lose. Passport, you can't lose that. You're screwed. So I am murderous. I'm seething. I don't know what's going on. And there's nothing I can do about it. But I know that 2 weeks from today, I'm leaving the country. I go online. I look around. I have the that thing called Clear that gets you through. So even with their discount, they actually provide a cool discount for it. $714 to get my passport by the time I leave.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
It ruins my night. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm so fired up, but I got to go to bed. I hate it. It's one of those things. And again, I don't think you guys ever do this, but have you ever been so angry about something that you literally start reassessing your entire life and all the things that are bad in it? And that's like, nothing ever goes right. I hate this. Everything sucks. And I spiral into this massive temporary depression. That's where I was.
And never happened to me.
Huh?
That's never happened to me.
Yeah, I don't think it happens to a lot of people.
It's usually just the thing that makes me that way, but not like.
Yeah, no. Then I start questioning everything, and well, if that's not
Why was
working,
I even born?
So that kind of, yeah. So I'm going to bed. The light on my wife's side of the bed is on, and you have to actually go over. There's no switch. You have to go click it off. She has a little dresser on her side. I don't know what the hell made me do this, but as I go to turn off the light, she has a little fan on the top. I lift the fan up. She's downstairs, by the way. I'm going to bed first, so no, Chris. I lift her fan. There's nothing. There's a shelf underneath her dresser to put like a book or something on. I lift the book up. There's my passport. I'm so happy. I'm so overjoyed. I immediately go downstairs. I'm not pissed about anything now. It's
now
like I found the golden ticket. Everything's great. All the stuff I was worried about before is all great now. Life is great. Sound of music, whatever. She's on the couch watching whatever the hell. And I kind of lean over her with my passport open and I go, check it out. And she goes, where did you find it? And I go, it was on your side of the bed underneath your dresser. And then I go and I sit down and there's like, she doesn't react. And I'm like looking at the passport and I'm beginning to text the numbers on it. And all of a sudden I realize, wait, something's wrong. And I look up and she goes, I know you think I did something, but I didn't. I was like, I didn't. What do you say? It's like, what just happened here? And she's got that pissed look on her face. I was like,
you're thrilled.
I'm thrilled.
Well, you're screaming like, oh, in third grade, that one kid threw a booger at me, and this is what it's all coming to.
Right. There's a whole thing. And I'm like, wait, what just happened here? I'm super happy. Wait, you're mad. You're mad? She's like, I'm not mad. I just know you think I did it. I was like, look, I'm not even trying to get into why the passport was on your side of the bed. Maybe I did it. I don't care. I have the passport. Yeah. It's all good.
I mean, if you truly didn't care and you didn't want to cause a problem, you could have just said, hey, I found it.
I could have lied. She specifically asked me where I found it. In retrospect, probably should have lied about it.
In the room.
In my bedroom.
And I went, hold on. You're mad at me because I found my passport on your side of the bed, but I even said, I don't even care. It's all good.
Yeah, you're not even being accusatory.
Because we've been married 17 years. I know what you're thinking. And then I'm like, well, hold on. I'm being punished for something I'm thinking, which I'm not even thinking it.
Yeah.
I was 100% thinking it. I'm not even thinking it. She's like, well, why do you think I'm pissed? That's always a fun question to answer. I'm like, honest answer. Why do I think you're pissed? Which never answer this question. Why do I think you're pissed? Because I think you take the organization of this house very seriously. I think you're embarrassed that I found the passport on your side of the bed. I think you don't know why the passport was there. You can't remember, and that's making you insecure. And at the same time, you don't have an answer for this. So you're reacting with an inappropriate anger towards me. And I'm telling you right now, if the situation was reversed and you were looking all over the place for your passport and you found it on my side of the bed, I would still... In both these scenarios, I'm apologizing. I'm backing off. Either I'd be defending myself or I'm defending myself to defend you. What are we doing?
And so how'd the date end?
Well, I woke up this morning and it was two dogs on my side of the bed. And that's not me ripping my wife. And she said, I don't know. It is not a level playing field, man. It is just not a level playing field.
So we're in a battle right now.
I don't know. I'm holding out hope that there will be, because I didn't lose it and say anything crazy. I'm holding out hope I'm going to get a good morning text like, hey, I just kind of overreacted. That might be incredibly naive of me, but like, no, I'm not, dude. First off, we all know she did it. We all know for some reason there's a reason that passport's on her side of the bed. I didn't trip, fall, and my passport ended up on her side of the bed. I know how I am with my passport. But I'm not even doing anything about it. Chris says we have to go. That should be the number one story, by the way, in leading off. Instead, whatever I texted you, Chris, we got Sac State making big plans, and we have a few more details on that. In fact, I was on the phone when we started talking about that with people that know things. We have Thursday Night Football tonight and more. Sit back, relax. It's Carmichael Dave with Jason Ross and Christopher Lott on Sac State Sports. But first, how do I tie this in? You ever misplace your electric bill? You ever have to come up with a bunch of energy to defend yourself in a situation that you shouldn't have to defend yourself at all? Well, hey, let me tell you something. I have. And it always makes me happy knowing that my friends at American Energy Heating and Air have me covered with my system. My system's up to date. Why? Because I get it checked every year. Why do I get it checked every year? Because it's cheap. Because every year they do specials like they are right meow, which is a $49 tune-up. $49, and it's not just a tune-up, by the way. It's a tune-up and inspection. It's regularly $119. It's a full safety and duct inspection, and if your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is free. It's on them. Give them a call. Right now, $50 off your first recommended repair, or if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Good luck matching that, other companies, suckers. Give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Leading off is next.
Let's do it.
Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Empty backfield, 5 wide for Aaron Rodgers. Takes the snap, drops back, 4-man rush. Lobs one down the right side at the goal line, leaping attempt. Caught, Breece Hall. Oh, that's a Jet touchdown. Breece Hall climbs the ladder, and Aaron Rodgers drops in a perfect dime, and the Jets have the lead.
Hey. Can the Jets win 2 in a row in the Aaron Rodgers era? By the way, the Aaron Rodgers era started 2 weeks ago. Like we don't count last year, even though because he technically played a game.
So this is then his first home game.
I feel like it is. Okay. Well, I mean, well, all he's done is freaking
4 plays, run the flag out.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. I think if somebody's entire season is made up of things you or I could do on a football field, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
We could have done that.
Yeah.
I could have dropped back and been like, ow. Which I think is exactly
what he said.
Ow.
Yeah, that's the live audio.
Week 3 starts tonight, and I'm ready for it. I'm so glad football's back. There's a lot of content. We talk about that all the time, but God, does it make Tuesdays and Wednesdays stand out?
Yeah, and it needs to slow down a little bit.
The season,
yeah,
we're already in week 3.
Uh-huh.
Please don't say things like that.
Okay.
You know what
I just said slow down.
You know how that's.
Yeah,
we're already in week 3.
It's almost summer. Even though it still is summer.
It's almost the end of King season.
Yeah.
We haven't even started it yet. By the way, did you get the thing about the thing that got moved from this week to next week about the thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So, anyways, we'll talk more about that. Number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
And Stebbins is ready and delivers. Swinging and a rocket to right. Base hit. They win. Jake Bowers hit an absolute bullet. Has Harper at first. Jackson Chorio scores the winner.
No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. It's the ball game. The Yankees win it 2-1 in 10, and they are heading back to the postseason. It is step 1 in what hopes to be a deep run through October. The New York Yankees have clinched tonight a playoff berth.
Oh,
safe. Oh, wait.
Safe.
Yeah.
That's coming up in safer outs. Yeah. By the way, UC Davis football coach Tim Plough joins us at 6:43. His normal day, of course, is Wednesday, but with Jason gone yesterday, because Jason was gone, we didn't have coach on. It's Jason's fault.
Even I can disagree with that.
What?
I can't disagree with that.
Can't disagree with that. I mean, literally, because Jason was gone, we didn't have Coach Plough on is a pretty accurate statement.
If he was here, we would have had him on.
If he was here, we would have had him on. That is also an accurate statement.
Welcome to Shredville.
Welcome to Shredville. We'll visit with him in just a few minutes. In the meantime, your Yankees are in the postseason.
Yay!
They haven't quite clinched the AL East, but it looks like
close.
Well, that race is petering out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember that was going to be the big one that comes down to the wire, and the Orioles
Still might.
No.
Oh,
no.
Is it over? You calling it over?
It is over. It's done.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Come on.
I will accept that.
Yeah, it is. It's over. What is 5 games with 10 to go? I think
not even 10. It ends next Sunday.
Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah, 5.
And they play each other 3 times.
I mean, it's not mathematically impossible, right. And they do play each other 3 times. But obviously, Baltimore would have to sweep, and I mean, Baltimore basically has to win out.
Yeah,
they for the most part have to. Maybe they can lose one more game.
And the Yankees are here this weekend.
Yeah,
in Oakland.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
All right.
All rise.
All rise. All right. Cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
Well, we're moving on now. Moving
on. It's appropriate though. The Sac 12, as they're calling it, that group. Which I think, by the way, we're going to have a yet-to-be-unnamed member of that group on the program tomorrow. We were on a conference call before the show.
Tom Hanks?
Don't want to give it away.
My bad.
I don't want to give it away.
Well said.
I will say this. While it's not Tom Hanks, if this person ends up coming on the show, it will be the first time they've publicly been connected to this. And the connection is quite it's not coincidental. Guys, it's not anybody, it's somebody you and I know, Jason, but I think some people will know this person, but it's their connection to the thing itself that's actually quite funny.
Okay.
In a good way. So we're going to talk about this later on in the program, 7:43. The group charged with trying to get Sac State into the Pac-12 released some details yesterday on some of the steps that they're trying to undertake, including a new football stadium, a new basketball venue, $50 million in NIL commitments over 10 years. There's 15,000 football attendees on average for the remainder of this season. And I think one more that I'm forgetting. Anyways, we have questions. I was trying to get some of those sussed out this morning off record. And then I can share with you what we do know. And Jason, obviously, you're very close to that program. Look, they got the right people locally behind this. There's no doubt about it. There's certainly some raised eyebrows on how a lot of this stuff is going to get done. But if it can get done, these guys will get it done. They got the right people behind it. So very, very interesting. We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out, the Milwaukee Brewer, as I wrote it, not the Brewers, the Brewer A. Mm-hmm. They're in the news. Also your Yankees. And let's talk about the final home game for the Oakland Athletics in Oakland next Thursday. Some of the festivities and things they have planned. We'll get to all that next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the 3-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox. The breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
As a mom, I'd do anything to keep my child out of physical pain. Dr. Pamela Maida is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon. As a doctor, I know that growth spurts can cause pain in my child's feet, and that can affect their legs and back too. Good Feet Youth Arch Supports are designed to alleviate, even eliminate common pain.
Investing in youth arch supports for your child or teen is one of the best decisions you can make.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk. Do you have old baseball cards and sports memorabilia from the 50s and 60s collecting dust in your closet? They could be very valuable in any condition. Find out at the Sports Cards Roadshow. We'll be in the Sacramento area to evaluate your old and modern sports cards. Visit sportscardsroadshow.com today to schedule your appointment. Ask about your free on-site sports card evaluation. For large vintage and modern collections, we can come to you. Skip the garage sale. Sports Cards Roadshow is buying. Call 1-800-560-3272 today or visit sportscardsroadshow.com.
Get in on the action at Sky River Casino. With over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room, you'll enjoy a casino experience on a whole new level. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Chad, what's going on for Ram Power Days?
If you've been looking for the right hard-to-find Ram heavy duty, great news. We have them. And right now you can save up to $15,500 off MSRP on the new 2024 Ram 2500s.
You always seem to have the best deals and biggest selection of Ram trucks.
That's why we are California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation. Plus, we have over 400 new Ram trucks available, including those hard-to-find heavy duties. Your perfect truck is waiting at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
Find your new heavy-duty Ram in the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. See their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. And remember to check out the Hoblet Used Car Super Center in downtown Woodland with over 50 cars under 20 grand. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$15,500 total net savings on select new Ram 2500 tradesmans after $9,000 factory rebates, $6,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $3,000 Hoblet Select inventory coupons, $2,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance, must have qualifying trade-in, and $2,000 on-the-job incentive for qualifying business owners. At least 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
Sean Party. That's why they call me Mr. Saturday. Mr. Saturday Night Tour. Friday, September 20th, Toyota Amphitheater. With special guests, Priscilla Block and Larry Fleet. Got a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown. Sean Party. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Hard Rock Sacramento Concert Series.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CLEAN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich.
Different.
Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings.
It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Yeah, it's true. We got an internal email yesterday from our boss, who we love, Jose. We do. That's real. He's a good dude. And I was laughing. I don't know if you got it, but like it was Kings Media Days coming up.
Yeah.
In a week from Monday.
Correct.
And it was just kind of like all staff email. Like, Emil, going to need you to do this. Frankie, you're on that. Brendan over here. This, that. You know, just kind of like quarterback calling the plays.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, there's nothing for you or me.
Yeah, we were on there.
Were we?
Yeah, aren't we doing the
No, but I'm saying like he didn't ask us. Like no place for us. We just need to do the show.
Oh yeah.
Or not the show, but do our thing. We will actually.
What else would you want to do?
I don't know. What if
dribble the ball?
I want to help bring in a table or something?
You do?
No, I don't. Okay. We have the unique privilege of being the only show on the station, live and local, that will not be broadcasting live from Media Day.
Yeah, we'll be recorded for Media Day.
Yes.
But we will have the stuff you desire.
That is right. So Styles and Watkins will be live, their show from noon, 10 to 2, and then, of course...
Yeah, they get a good chunk of it.
The
whole thing. Really
I think they actually...
Almost the whole thing.
They get the best parts.
Yeah.
And good for them.
Yeah.
And then Whitey and Kyle, they'll be on and do their normal 2 to 6.
Well, 2 to 4:30 for Monday Night.
That's right.
Which is going to cover about.
See, this is the stuff we miss when you know all the schedule stuff.
I just work here.
You just work here. But what we will be doing is what we do every year. So we'll be recording at the beginning. We'll have a table where people will sit down with us and we'll talk to them.
Pizza.
And then I hope Monty's one of them, because I'm telling you right now, the very first thing I'm going to say to him is like, "Hey, good to see you. How you been? Your phone okay? Does it not work?" Oh, I'm going to lay into him. Trust me. I'm going to lay into him.
He gave me 20 quality minutes in Las Vegas.
He did.
Is he cheating on you?
I think he might be. I think he might be.
You know what the first thing you got to say to him when you see him?
Are you on goofball pills or something?
The last time we texted was July 3rd. I won't.
And he said, "Hey, happy belated Canadian Day."
No, it was something about Drew Timmy, I think. Look at this, Jason. See the blue? That's me.
Yeah.
See his responses? Oh, none.
That's desperate. You're reaching out. No one's there. I think it was Ben Simmons one too many times.
Some insider I am. Save for round question one, please.
The Milwaukee Brewers became the first team in baseball to win their division crown yesterday. See for out. That's quite a surprise.
Yeah, so this is a team that's won 3 of 4 in that division. So kind of, not really. But they were not expected to do that this year or be that quick this year. They just, I don't know what the Brewers are, man. They're a baseball team, but they're 88-64. That's 22 games over 500. That is Jason, I'm going to tell you real quick. That is the 4th best record.
Wait, go back to the math.
74, 84, 24 games over 500. What? What'd I do?
I thought you said 22.
Oh, I might have. I don't know. Although, is it 24 games over 500? That's a different argument.
No. That's also your argument.
That is the 4th best record in baseball. They are 3 off the best record. It's actually 1, 2, 3. Phillies, then a game back. Dodgers, then 2 games back. The Yankees, 3 games back. The Brewers.
Well, I mean, Robin Yount, Paul Molitor, Cecil Cooper,
Billy Joe Robideau.
Yes,
never forget
Rob Deere. Prince Fielder. These guys are. Ryan Braun.
Yeah. Honest to God, as a show, I'm looking at it now, so it's cheating, but as a show,
I can name a Brewer.
I think the over-under on Brewers we could have named would have been 2.5. Yeah. All of the Brewers.
So you think Jason could do 2.5?
Well, I can tell you Sac State's Reese Hoskins is on that team, so there's that.
Stingers up.
If we were to name as many Brewers, I would have said probably Reese Hoskins, Miller, Coors, and Budweiser.
Those are all Brewers.
They're all Brewers. I win. Yeah. So, safe.
Funky Brewer.
Jim.
Yeah.
Millions.
Nice.
You'll brewer the day.
Oh, I thought you were doing Yul Brenner.
Yul
Brewer.
Brenner.
That's where I thought you were going with that.
You did too?
Yeah.
Yul Brenner.
Well,
how was it Yul?
Yeah.
What were you trying to do?
I was trying to rue the day, Yul Brewer the day.
That's way more.
That's super.
You were doing the Golden
Yul
Girl.
Brenner.
What was her name?
Brewer McClanahan.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about Yul Brynner on the show in a long. I think that's a show-agami.
It is.
I don't think Yul Brynner is.
We have a lot of show-agamis.
I don't think Yul Brynner's ever been brought up on this show. That being said, safe. Okay.
Back to you.
After missing the postseason last year, the Yankees clinched the postseason as well last night. Safe or out? They're the best team in baseball.
I mean, the Phillies have the best record, but I think they are. I think they are the second best.
Okay. So out.
I think the Dodgers are the best.
Ooh.
I do. I think when it all said and done, I think they're the best on
At the
paper.
end of the day?
At the end of the day, not at the beginning, but at the end of the day, they have the greatest baseball player of all time, the Dodgers do, and the rest of that team's pretty good too.
Yeah. Judge got traded there?
Wow.
Huh.
Judge, yeah. Remember all those strikeouts, Judge? Well, he did have a lot of strikeouts, but not the pitching kind. Okay, I was trying to make a point.
Yeah, I don't think the Yankees are. I'm going to say out, but that doesn't mean they can't win it. I'm a little worried about their bullpen, the back end of their bullpen. But look, they're going to have a chance, and that's something they didn't have last year.
Number 3.
Next Thursday is the A's final home game in Oakland. I will be there, at least for a while. Safe or out? You've been blown away by all the farewell tributes to the fans.
So many.
Safe. Like, oh my God, the thing they did the other day where they had a bunch of ex-players and they gave fans some prizes, and then Dave Cavill and John Fisher got out and said a few things. Like it's been amazing.
Chris, are you going to need help next Thursday? Because I heard they're giving every fan 2 cars. I'll drive one back if you need to.
You're going to the last game, huh? That's right.
So is Chris Watkins. I just found out.
Interesting. Are you going together?
Ironically, we're both taking the train.
Oh, interesting.
So
it's
they
like
can drive the cars home.
Yeah, it's like when we went on the cruise.
Yeah, we're going on the train.
Yeah, I don't know. They're not doing anything. By the way, they've changed their background photo for their schedule to Sutterfield here. Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Tim Plough, UC Davis football coach, joins us to talk all things Aggie. We'll do that next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
The last 6 Sacramento Rivercats games of the 25th anniversary season are packed with promotions and theme nights. Join us for Hispanic Heritage Night on September 17th, the Rivercats Golfer Hat Giveaway on September 20th, our inaugural Harry Potter Night on September 21st, and cap off the homestand with Fan Appreciation Day for the final game of the season on Sunday, September 22nd. Make your way to the ballpark for a farewell to the Rivercats of 2024. Visit rivercats.com to purchase tickets today.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884. Sacramento. Dirks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. For Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich.
Different.
Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
Deftones. North American Tour 2025, live in Sacramento. Golden One Center, Saturday, March 1st. With special guests, the Mars Volta and Fleshwater. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit Deftones.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right. On the freeway. And look at the exit.
What's it read?
It reads Shredville.
Shredville.
Always love going down to Shredville and talking to our friend, Coach Tim Plough. Coach, it's Dave. It's Jason. Good morning. Oh, I should. There we go. Good morning. Sorry, I got you now.
Boys, how we doing?
Great. Good. How we doing always stresses me out, Coach. That's a trigger with me because, honestly, I don't know how you're doing, and I don't want to assume. I'm doing great. I think Jason's doing great. But I don't know. Maybe you had a rough week. Maybe you had a great week. So how are you doing?
Well, we got a win in Cedar City.
That's right.
I didn't have to go to the Renaissance Festival or anything, so we're good.
So besides the win, where did you find joy in Cedar City?
I pretty much stayed in the hotel, man. I wasn't really quite sure what was going on out there in Whoville, so I just kept it in the hotel.
I'll tell you where he found joy, in the end zone.
That's right.
In the end zone. That's where
in
he
the
found
W
joy.
column.
Yeah, exactly. Look, road win's a road win. You guys went in there, got it together, and made it happen, Cap. You got that. Look, you start out week one. You're playing Cal in Cal. I mean, I get you wanted to win the game. You could have won the game. But you've now turned it around against Commerce, now Southern Utah. You got two going strong, Utah Tech coming in this weekend. So how's the locker room? How's the mood? How were you after the game, Coach, with the players?
Yeah, I think that was a huge team win. Southern Utah is a really good football team. They had beaten UTEP the week prior, an FBS team. So, I thought that was a playoff team that we played. I wouldn't be shocked if we see them again down the road. So to win on the road in a really tough trip, tough place to play, and to really do it all three phases, I thought that was a huge step for our team. So that was a big win.
Coach, there is, it's not like the NFL. There's no preseason. You guys just jump right in. And technically, these are non-league games, but they still count in your resume trying to make the FCS playoffs. So with one more to go in Utah Tech before you get to Big Sky, do you feel like you're getting closer to what you want your team to look like as you enter the Big Sky?
Yeah, I think we're growing. I think we have not played our best football by any means, but if you can grow and collect wins as the season goes, that's really good for your football team. And if you can win games and not play your best, then I think you got a good team. We're going to have to play better for us to compete to win the conference, but on a 12-game schedule, we know we got to win 8 games to even be considered for the playoffs. So if we could figure out a way to win this week and get 3 wins before conference play, I think we'd feel really good about our chances of competing in the conference and also hopefully getting into the tournament.
So at this point, Coach, what would you say is missing from keeping you from playing your best football?
I think the consistency on offense. I mean, we've been moving the ball really well, but we haven't been able to finish drives in the end zone. We've been kicking a lot of field goals. So just being able to finish drives with touchdowns. And then, defensively, I think we've had really good moments, and then we have kind of these stages where we maybe lose a little bit of focus. We had our best game on special teams this past week. So I just think it's consistency for us for 4 quarters for every drive, just staying locked in. I think we have a really talented team that really wants to be good. So I think if we can just continue to put that together, then you'll be a team that can win when you really need to.
UC Davis head coach Tim Plough joining us. Coach, I'm sure there are always the regular things that you want the team to work on each and every game. Don't miss this block, do this thing, do that thing. But are there also during the season perhaps points of emphasis for you? And then once they get to a point you want them to be, do you then create new points of emphasis throughout the season?
I think you never want your team to feel like they've made it. Mm-hmm. That's part of just trying to lead them into the next stage. So I never want them to feel like, all right, we finally made it to, we're good. So yeah, I think there is a little piece of, all right, well, we accomplished that goal. Now guys, here's another goal that I got for you to try to get this done, and just keep them hungry, keep them motivated. But one of the great things about working at Davis is, these guys are pretty motivated kids, whether it's football or school or life, they're pretty elite when it comes to their mindset. So for me, it's just figuring out something to put in front of them, and then they'll try to go achieve the goal.
Coach, naturally people will look at records and they'll see you guys with the 2-1 and in the top 25, and you get Utah Tech, who's 0-3, but a closer dive on that. They've played up twice and they played a good Northern Arizona team. So how do you kind of evaluate them, read them on some of the things they're capable of this weekend?
Well, you gotta make it about your team, saying, hey, every game is really about us and how well we play. The opponent really should not matter, and we have to play well. And we really haven't played our best, like we've been saying. So hopefully we got to focus on just playing well. But I did mention to our team, like, hey, if you look at the team we're playing and their record, and you leave it at that, then you're really not knowing the whole story, because they've played UNLV, who's undefeated and kicking some butt. They played Montana State, who might be the best team in FCS, and they played NAU, who's got the number 1 offense in the FCS. So it's not like they've played a bunch of slouches. I mean, a lot of teams would be 0-3 if they played those 3 teams. So I would expect Utah Tech really well coached, and I bet their backs against the wall, really motivated team. So we better focus on us just playing well. Otherwise, I think anybody can get us.
Just so you know, Coach, I'm on your Wikipedia page right now, and they hadn't updated your win total yet. So I just went in and updated. It still had you at 0-0. So go ahead,
guys. That's why I feel like our relationship is so important.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's important.
I feel like we're all on the same page here. We just take care of each other.
Yeah, the Wikipedia page. Coach, last thing. Look, I don't want to get over my skis here, and I don't want to be controversial in any way. It's like sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and it's like I punch a wall when I think about Utah Tech. I do. I hate. I don't like to use the word hate, but their nickname's the Trailblazers. That's a basketball team. They used to be Dixie College until 2000. And just when I think about Utah Tech, it pisses me off, Coach. They're coming in this week. I don't want to call it a rivalry game. I don't want to call it a must win, but I feel like if you need any extra motivation, just know that it's going to make me smile if you pace these guys.
Well, that fires me up, because every single day I wake up thinking about how can we shred somebody.
That's right. Shredville.
So, I'm all in on that. And the only question I have is, if we win the game, do you think that makes us like the champions of Utah? or have we not played enough Utah teams?
No, I think that
you've owned the state.
I think Utah actually has to change their name to Shredville.
Yeah,
at that point, yes.
Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, it's like the Electoral College, but for college football. Where they just turn Aggie colors, and that's it. And they can't get it back until next year. They're done. So that's also.
Well, then this is a must-win game because. We got to get that done.
I'd also like to add before we leave that that's where our corporate headquarters are, and you know what? They're great. They're great.
They're great.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're wonderful
people.
Yes.
Incredible people there. Incredible people.
We appreciate you as always. 2-1 to start out the year, and hopefully a big win over Utah Tech this weekend. We appreciate your time. Go Ags, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, boys. Find some joy this weekend.
You got it, brother. Take care. Shredville, baby. Utah Tech. Now I'm pissed.
You talk about them all the time.
You know that shirt I have with the Utah Tech logo with the circle and the slash through it. Yeah, I might wear that. We'll take a break when we come back. You know what? Week 2 of the NFL is beginning, Jason Ross. What do you say we take a quick, what I'd like to call a sweeping look at it from 50,000 feet?
Okay.
And we'll start with tonight's matchup between the Jets and the Patriots, a classic NFL matchup. We'll do that next.
The place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm meteorologist Kelly Curran in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We're starting out with partly sunny skies with temperatures in the upper 50s, then climbing into the mid 80s with mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
For most of the people that walk in our store, it's been an ongoing, nonstop issue, and they're finally walking into the Good Feet store. Okay, the guy that came into my store last year that has had plantar fasciitis for 30 years. I looked at him, I said, "Are you kidding me? I've been here for 14. Where have you been?" I helped relieve a problem that's plagued him for 30 years. I mean, how do you not go home and talk about that?
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, opportunity is a big part of September baseball, and in the case of the A's lefty Brady Basso, it's been a bit of a twisting path. When he took the mound for the Athletics against the White Sox on Friday the 13th, He was beginning his 5th stint with the ball club this year. He went out and fired 5 1/3 innings of shutout baseball that night to earn his first major league win.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver. That includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
Hey, get ready. Here comes your Sacktown Sports live events calendar. You don't want to miss Winona Judd at Hard Rock Live on September 28th. And on October 4th, comedy legend Rob Schneider is bringing the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Space out with Weezer for the Voyage to the Blue Planet Tour 2024 at the Golden One Center on October 8th. And looking further ahead into October, Alec Benjamin brings his soulful vibes to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on the 16th. Then on October 17th, catch the hilarious Ronnie Chang at the Bob Hope Memorial Theater in Stockton. On October 20th, Renee Vaca brings his hilarious stand-up to the Crest Theater in Sacramento. And finally, gear up for the ultimate Halloween bash with a $5,000 costume contest. It's Sinners and Saints Saturday at Thunder Valley on October 26th. Costumes, music, and plenty of thrills. Get all the event details at SacktownSports.com and stay locked on to Sacktown Sports for your chance to win tickets.
Sean Party. That's why they call me Mr. Saturday. Mr. Saturday Night Tour. Friday, September 20th, Toyota Amphitheater. With special guests, Priscilla Block and Larry Fleet. Got a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown. Sean Party. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Hard Rock Sacramento Concert Series.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Well, we missed you, Jason. It's good to have you back. One thing you missed yesterday is we went down a rabbit hole of George Michael's Sports Machine.
Oh,
remember that
show?
And then every year he'd do the show in Cheyenne, and you're like, oh, for the rodeo. No, not ringing a bell. Yeah, we did a whole George Michael. Not that one, the other one. Also, MC's got the day off today from the show, but hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. And as an olive branch to MC. I am going to ask him to pick a charity, okay? Because with 10 games remaining, the Giants are 10 back of the wild card. I don't like jinxing things, but I think it's safe to say that the Giants are going to miss the playoffs this year, which means I'm going to win my bets. So I'm looking. I have the old tweets, Olden Polonese, Chris Ryan Law, and he's a lawyer. So he's got the money. Let's see. Kyle Calcagno and Tony Matheson, CFP. What is CFP? Certified
Financial
Public Accountant?
Yes.
Yes. Certified Financial Planner, right? That's probably what it is. Good job. So he's got money.
Man, we can't say certified anymore, can we?
No. So that's 1, 2, 3. I think that should be $400. $400 that I will want to be good about this. I will donate to the charity of MC's choice.
Okay.
Whatever charity he names. Well, I got to collect it, but
right.
Every dollar I collect, I'll send it right over. So
whatever happened to our charities?
What charities? We have charities?
Me and Jason.
What's your charity? Oh, the Jason and Chris Fund?
Huh? Well, you made the swiping discussion of I will give both of you $500 to the charity of your choice if Patrick Beverly is.
That's right.
Did I say
suspended.
both of you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna need. I thought it was just one of you. I'm gonna need you to go back and grab that, and then yes, no, hey, you got to pay up. By the way, thanks.
You're going to be put on a list after you donate to my charity.
Right, for real. Yeah, exactly. Like the ghost of Joe McCarthy is going to put me in trial. Yeah. Write a check for $500 to the.
We're here to talk to you for just a second, sir.
Just a second.
Did you make this donation?
I didn't even know Soviet Awareness was a charity.
It
wow,
is a charity.
Jason Ross, it's week 2. Week
3.
No, Jason, no.
Yeah.
I put it right here. It says week 2.
You're right.
On the page. So you're saying it's week 3? Fine. Let's make it all Jason's takes for the rest of the show. Week 3, NFL football is underway this evening. Everybody make sure that your lineups are set.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some, CeeDee Lamb didn't practice yesterday, ankle thingy dingy. Justin Jefferson had limited practice. And oh, by the way, Adam Schefter reporting, according to sources, his source wouldn't be surprised if Jordan Love played this weekend.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. In the meantime, as far as we know, Aaron Rodgers will be playing tonight, taking on the Belichick-less New England Patriots on Thursday Night Football. And really, Jason, this is just a matter of you've got these upstart Patriots who went in and beat Cincinnati in Cincinnati, and then took the Seahawks to overtime.
Yeah, they had a lot of that game too.
They had, So Gerard Mayo's got him clicking. This will be a very interesting test for both the Patriots and Aaron Rodgers and those Jets.
Yeah, I mean, it's a divisional game. I haven't been that high going into the year at all on the Patriots, but so far through 2 games, they've been a pleasant surprise. And the Jets have kind of been that darling, right? They were a lot of people's preseason darling. So we'll see what long way to go in the season. We'll see what they look like tonight in their home opener.
Jets are favored by 6 in this one.
Okay.
And one thing that's kind of developing in Jetsland, if you will, is Braylon Allen, the running back behind Breece Hall, who was the number 1 pick in many drafts, is stealing a few touches. 8 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown. Also 3 catches and a touchdown. He's got 2 touchdowns in 2 games. And a lot of Breece Hall owners are going,
I didn't draft him that high for nothing.
So we will see. And then, of course, it's Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, his trusty Rusty, and friends, plus that defense. Again, Jets favored by 6 in this one, but it's an interesting little. This isn't one of those Thursday games where, look, we're going to watch it no matter what, but there's a little. I'm not saying I've got butterflies, but I'm interested.
And you're talking about fantasy, but for those that are left in survivor pools, I wonder if this is a game they're taking.
All 3 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, the survivor pool. So I was one of the fallen in week 1 with the Bengals losing. And then I think the majority of the pool last week took the Ravens over the Raiders.
Yeah.
That didn't work. I did not buy in. Did you buy back in?
I did.
You did.
I hate that rule, but I took advantage of it.
Well, hey, why not?
Yeah.
Good for you, Jason.
And lost again. No, I did not.
Who did you take last week?
Last week I took a risk. I took the Commanders. And won with field goals, beating the Giants.
That's
the only one.
That's some cojones. You buy back in and go with the Commanders.
Yeah. I felt like I needed to do that.
Do you know who you're taking this week?
I might take tonight.
You might take the Jets tonight. Patriots knocked out a lot of people in week 1. They're a spoiler.
Included,
included. So you're going against the Patriots twice.
I'm not sure. I might take the Jets tonight.
There are 2 games this weekend, everybody, involving undefeated teams, and it's the games we thought we knew this. Not a surprise the Texans are 2-0. They were everyone's favorite, I think, to win that division and then some. But how about the Vikings 2-0 including that big win over the Niners last week. Houston's favored by 2 in Minnesota for this one. I'm especially with Joe Mixon hurting a little bit. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, watching Minnesota, and Matt Barrows told us this on Monday, it really has been a matchup thing for them and the Niners. So, I mean, it's a different team. The Vikings took care of the Giants pretty easily in week 1, but they've been a nice surprise. Sam Darnold's played well.
Yes.
And I'm anxious. Every week I feel like we find out more information about these teams. So I want to see Minnesota do it again. That'd be fun if they did.
The other matchup of undefeated teams, this one we did have. Jim Harbaugh's Chargers visiting Pittsburgh to take on Justin Fields' Steelers.
Well, the one thing we did say about the Steelers, their schedule on the front end was way more favorable than the back end, so they needed to get off to a good start, and so far they're 2-0. And then the other thing about Harbaugh, that he's going to run the football.
Yes.
And they are running it with a committee of people that are really, it's turned into Dobbins. And
J.K.
Edwards.
Dobbins has been arguably, he's got 266 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And no one, I would say no one saw that coming because he's just been hurt. And they took like the old Ravens and put them in their backfield, and it's worked.
We were joking about it being Chargers Steelers 2-0, but one thing we did know, I think we both, maybe all three of us said in our preseason predictions, is that after week 2, J.K. Dobbins and Jordan Mason would be leading the NFL in rushing.
Right. Again, and I'm willing to say in a lot of leagues, if you're 10 to 12, 10 deep, maybe, I bet neither one was even drafted. Which is what I feel about running backs. People are like, got to get a running back.
Yeah.
Okay, pick the right one.
Certainly in a 10-person league, yeah. I think at least one, if not both, weren't drafted. Aiden Hutchinson, by the way, 5.5 sacks. 5.5 sacks through 2 games. Speaking of the Chargers real quick, here's Jim Harbaugh comparing his stat. Well, let's just listen to Jim here. Jim?
Great. He's a great.
Let me go back here.
He's just a great coach. I mean, one of the best I've ever been around.
He's talking about his staff, by the way.
Like Moses, I'm gonna die leaning on my staff. Greg Roman, Jesse Minner, Ryan Fick, and those coordinators are, in my opinion, some of the best in the business. And
like Moses, he's going to die leaning on his staff. You know what else, Jason? You know what else they have in common?
What?
Moses was also getting signals from upstairs.
It was okay.
Really?
Nice catch, Plough.
We'll take a break. I thought it was more than okay. When we come back, 3 for Madness, Jason and the Nuggets. Caitlin Clark. And who needs a win more this weekend? Who needs a win more this weekend? I'm underlining, italicizing, and bolding needs. The 49ers or the Raiders? We'll talk about it next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Silverado Savings Spectacular now at Maida Chevy with $13,000 off MSRP. Every new Silverado half-ton LTZ in stock after rebates. $12,500 off every Silverado half-ton High Country after rebate. And $11,000 off all new Silverado half-ton RSTs exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Whatever Silverado you choose, you'll save thousands at Maida Chevy. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing and leasing. Some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9/30/24.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, Kelly Brothers coming up at 7:28. That's 14 minutes from now.
Good at business.
He certainly is. In the meantime, right now, 3 for Madness. Question 1.
Jason, give us another good nugget from the broadcast meetings.
I wrote this before the show, figuring we'd get a nugget in the beginning, but the only nuggets we got from you about the broadcast meetings were travel.
Yeah.
And so those were bad nuggets.
Yeah.
Was there a good nugget?
I would say the highlights over the, I guess it was 2 days, but day plus was the commissioner. That's always good to hear from him. He spoke.
Did he confirm who the expansion teams are?
He did not, but he did try to clean up a little bit. He thought the reporting of maybe his not resistance or not willingness. What was it like? Expansion's on hold. He's like,
right.
That's not entirely true. It's just he said all along. I've been saying once we get the new TV deal, once we get the collective bargaining agreement, he goes. But literally, once we were at our board of governors meeting, it really didn't come up, and so maybe that's what was relayed, but he goes, but we have to go through a process and all that. So he didn't really squash that by any means. But I would say, honestly, there were 2 highlights besides that. The closing was incredible. It was a panel of Ian Eagle, who's one of my favorites, with Grant Hill and Bill Raftery. And they just talked basketball. Great. And Ian Eagle's impressions of Bill Raftery are so incredibly funny and so good. And just the back and forth banter. I mean, they're basically loving each other, but ripping each other, and it just we're watching them like 3 great friends, but they were telling great stories, so that was good. But I would say the one thing we got about as good of a tour that you can get of the Intuit Dome.
Ooh!
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I mean jaw dropping.
Wait, obviously video.
Yeah, but they had a speaker.
Oh, they have teleporters now.
They had a speaker from representing the Clippers that basically was saying like the different things that they're going to be able to do and they have and that they want, and that Ballmer was just a quick recap, something along the lines like we know. I think Golden One's pretty much paperless, no tickets, but I think there, and I don't know exactly. They didn't explain the technology, but literally, Dave, if you and I and Chris went to the game and we had our phone in our pocket, we would go through, like they call it fast food, but it's not McDonald's. It's like I go through this door or the little turnstiles. And there's food that's ready. It's almost like you're going to the concessions, but you're not. I want this, and you pay for it. You don't even take your phone out of your pocket. So he wants you in your seat as much as possible. And I can't remember the number of bathrooms, but I mean, there's an absurd amount. There'll be no wait ever at there. He wanted a jersey wall, which teams have, but he has it's high schools jerseys of California. And the guy's like, oh, in LA, there's blah blah. He goes, no, California, and he goes, Steve, that's going to be like 1,000 high schools. He's like 1,646. Like he knew exactly how many. He goes, we have all of them but 4 right now, and they'll have them by opening day.
So there's going to be 1,652 jerseys at the arena?
Or whatever it is.
Wow.
A California high school jersey
So like
wall.
there's going to be an El Camino jersey?
Yes.
A Mariloma jersey?
Yes. That's what they said.
Oh, I need to get my old school to retire my jersey.
Yeah. And I'm thinking like, wow, can we get my kids' school? They're a tiny school.
And then, of course, the in arena and that wall they talked about, but the Halo scoreboard looks incredible. God. And then the one thing I still don't even entirely understand this, they're going to be able to know, like we're like, make some noise. Like they can tell in your seat how loud your section is.
And aren't those people going to get rewarded?
Yeah, they have t-shirt cannons from up top.
Wow.
Like if our section went nuts, it's coming. Yeah,
they're just pegging people with t-shirts.
You know what, Steve? How about letting people in for $20?
And just some of
the you don't need to do all that. Just let me in for $20 or less.
Wow. See that?
They've got a lot of cool stuff outside, outdoor courts, outdoor viewing and movie theater. It's just that was really cool.
How was the food?
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They give me like they have a little,
I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't
Was
know.
it like cafeteria style? Was it like, a layout, a buffet?
Yeah, I don't even know if I call it a buffet. Like it's just laid out on these big conference tables, like multiple, like, you know, breakfast had bacon, eggs, oatmeal, fruit. You know, just kind of go by, get what you want. Lunch yesterday had sandwiches, and then there was a dinner, like social at a restaurant that had great food.
At a restaurant? Wow.
And then your view from Jersey City was over across, and you could see New York, the skyline of New York.
Great.
And the moon was amazing 2 nights ago.
Did you get
flying in?
Did you get caught between the moon and New York City at some point? You did. Yeah. Did you see Eric Hasseltine?
I did.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what That's the big get right there.
He's not always there, but he was there this time.
That wasn't a nugget. That was nuggets. That's a lot of nuggets. That's good nuggets. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Is there an NBA comp to Caitlin Clark's rookie season?
You know what? There kind of is. And I'm going to give you the comp, Jason.
Okay.
Which I should have been bringing this up already. Sorry, everybody. I was looking around. So, Caitlin Clark is averaging 19.5 points per contest. This rookie averaged 18 points a contest. Caitlin Clark is averaging 5.7 rebounds a game. This rookie averaged 7.7 rebounds a game. Caitlin Clark's averaging 8.4 assists. This rookie, 7.3 assists. And they're both averaging right around 2 steals a game. Now, that's not a lot to go on. But I will say, I was also looking beyond the numbers. Is there a rookie that also could, in part, match or at least get close to her transformational effect on the league at a time when the league existed but was struggling? And I would say the different, and I would say the other hint I'll give you, which probably gives it away, is that much like Caitlin Clark has Angel Reese, this rookie also had another partner in crime.
Yeah, I just don't know which rookie you're picking.
I'm picking I would say this.
Of the two,
I would say the 7.3 assists help.
Not entirely.
No.
Yeah.
Let me.
I mean, I was thinking one, and I think based on what you just said there, I think I'm right.
Let me see. I'll give you the other one because I know we're on the same page here. Let me give you the other one. Hold on. This person averaged 4.5 assists per game. His rookie.
Yeah. Okay.
And obviously, we're talking about Derrick Rose.
Yes.
No. Magic Johnson. You're not
I don't know if you're going Magic or Bird. I was thinking Magic at first, but then as you went on, I go, oh, maybe that's Bird.
You're not going to find a perfect comp.
If you go stats ways, I would say Grant Hill, his rookie season.
But you know what? You're going to find, I think you could probably match up. And Derrick Rose, by the way, is also a pretty good comp, numbers-wise, speaking of.
But it's impact.
I wanted to try to find something close impact-wise as well. And it is pretty close. And you know who's a big fan of Caitlin Clark is Cheryl Swoops.
Huge.
Yeah. So if her stats, when we're saying she won't do this in the W, she averaged 31.6, 7.4 rebounds, 9 assists, right? Did anyone expect her to do that in WNBA?
Those three?
No. Right? So she didn't do that.
No.
Now, if we say her stats are today, what?
20 points, 8.4 assists, 6 rebounds.
That's crazy.
But
That's crazy. Is that dominant?
Those
turnovers.
hell of a number.
Those are hell of a numbers.
But to me, that's not dominating.
Yeah, it's only not dominating because she's a rookie.
Now, if
if she's putting up numbers like Asia right now, would she be dominating?
Yes.
So it's about the numbers. I don't look at the dominating factor being numbers. It's what you're doing on the floor.
Interesting. I want to remind everybody, Caitlin Clark is averaging 19.5 points, 8.4 assists, 5.7 rebounds. 18.5 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 3.3 assists, or 18.6 points, 3.6 rebounds, and 4.3 assists. That's 2 of Cheryl Swoops' MVP years. As a matter of fact, if you just look straight up at the numbers, Caitlin Clark has better numbers her rookie year than any of Cheryl Swoops' 4 MVP years, which I think if you're the MVP of the league, by definition, you're dominating.
Correct.
You're dominant.
Correct.
And as a rookie, Caitlin Clark has better numbers than all 4 of Cheryl Swoops, all 3 of Cheryl Swoops' MVPs and the year she finished second. I don't get this thing.
You know what it is? It's the women's game the parallels with the men's game is staggering.
Yes.
Now, where the growth, more teams in college are good, more players are good. Also, more former players are bitter. It's like, we would beat this Warrior team. We would our 84 Celtics, our 79 Sonic, whatever that old player says, we would run them off the floor. They can't guard us because we were physical back in our day. This is what's happening. And I think I don't know if it's good for the league, but that's kind of that. I don't know want to say they've arrived, but that's what happens in the NBA.
The thing is, though, the difference is I'm not hearing a bunch of current NBA and WNBA players. I'm not hearing any. Maybe I missed it. That are current WNBA players that are disrespecting the older ones.
Right.
Like in the NBA, you're hearing a lot of that.
Yeah.
I think my favorite answer is not that long ago, Michael Jordan was asked how his prime level Bulls, like 93 Bulls, would fare against the Warriors. And you expect Michael to say they'd sweep them. But Michael actually said, we'd get him probably in 6, most likely 7 games. And whoever was interviewing him, I forget, said, I'm surprised. I thought you'd say quicker. And he goes, yeah, well, most of us are in our 60s. It's just Michael.
Yeah.
It's a perfect answer.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Guru Booze the Sports Business with Kelly Brothers, my dad's favorite segment of the week. He'll join us next.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports at SacktownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia. I'm meteorologist Kelly Curran in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We're starting out with partly sunny skies, with temperatures in the upper 50s, then climbing into the mid 80s with mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA app.
DC here for Folsom Lake Kia, where they make car shopping easy with a huge selection of new Kia models, low payments, and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your trusted dealer in Folsom for over 25 years. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats to your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Have you heard you can listen to your favorite news podcasts ad-free? Good news! With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Enjoy shows like The Daily, Up First, and Consider This, available ad-free on Amazon Music. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free. That's amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
John Party. That's why they call me Mr. Saturday. Mr. Saturday Night Tour. Friday, September 20th, Toyota Amphitheater. With special guests, Priscilla Block and Larry Fleet. I got a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown. John Party. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Hard Rock Sacramento Concert Series.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Joining us now on Sports Sense, certified financial planner Kelly Brothers. Kelly is an advisor with Cap Trust, one of the nation's largest registered investment advisors. Cap Trust counts among its clients numerous pro athletes and pro sports franchises, but most importantly serves many Northern Californians through comprehensive financial planning. Here's Kelly Brothers.
All right, sports business time. Everybody put on your eyeglasses and your pocket protectors. Get your abacus out. And welcome in our good friend, who wears none of them, Kelly Brothers. Hello, Kelly.
Get your checkbook out is what you should do.
Yeah, get your checkbook out. Write a check, baby. How are you doing this week, Kelly?
Man, I'm doing good, my friend. Doing very well. How about yourself?
Doing good, and it was just I was seeing something the Kings put out. This is great work by their social media team. They tweeted out in honor of Adrian Wojnarowski retiring, or should I say moving to be the GM of his alma mater. They honored him by how the Kings how the Kings team, the core of the team, came together via Woj bombs. So they went back and screenshotted. Kevin Huerter has been traded by the Atlanta Hawks. The Sacramento Kings are focused on Keegan Murray with the number 4 pick. So De'Aaron Fox being drafted, but all Woj's tweets when he broke the news. Kind of a cool way to honor him. But boy, what a loss for NBA breaking news media.
Yeah, and you guys know, we can only imagine how hard that man worked to keep the relationships he kept across the country. I mean, his ear has got to be just. I mean, he was had to be constantly on the phone, just checking sources. Very kind of old school gumshoe type journalism, but that's the only way you get what he got. It's the only way. And I can imagine that that would become all consuming, and at some point you have to ask, is this really worth it just for one more Woj bomb?
Yeah. Well, and the bomb that he dropped about himself, Kelly, I mean, a college GM. This is a title that no one really knows what that means. I'm sure it's money raiser, fundraiser, all those connections to agents, maybe NIL. Like, this was something that didn't exist. Now it's kind of out there a little bit. What do you think he's going to be doing?
This is the new vanguard of college sports. I mean, when Kalen DeBoer left Washington to come to Alabama, the one guy he brought with him was his GM. Again, a job that didn't exist 3 years ago. His GM is a guy by the name of Courtney Morgan. He makes about $825,000. And I know this because it was literally 2 weeks ago, the Wall Street Journal talked about the greatest recruit in college football that no one knows about. And it's this whole idea of a general manager. Before, you used to have maybe a director of personnel, but now the GM handles all the players. It handles the players you have, figuring out which players might be hitting the portal, which players in high school you're going to be recruiting, and it hires, you got a budget. How are you going to allocate the resources of NIL to these players? So the college has gone completely pro. There are those who believe that the GM position in football will one day hire and fire the head coach, just like it does in the pros.
I was saying this yesterday, Kelly and Jason, you were in New York. I actually would not be surprised, and as silly as this sounds on the surface, but we kind of broke it down. I think Woj is making a play at the NBA. This is exactly what you would do. You go get some experience at a mid-major, if you will. But when you think about GMs today, Rob Pelinka was an agent. He's now with the Lakers. Leon Rose is probably the best example, turning around the New York Knicks with Worldwide West, who's maybe the most connected guy. Look at what Woj does, or Shams. They're basically agents. They network constantly. I was explaining how I had seen Shams here in town last summer at the wedding of DeMarcus Cousins' best friend. At the wedding of an NBA player's best friend, like the amount of networking these guys do, and how much of being a GM is just simply you're trying to get good players to come here. You're networking. There obviously have to be a Ken Catanella type, a Wes type next to him, but wouldn't surprise me at all if Woj was making a play for something else in a couple of years.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either. Although if he has kids in that age range, you can't be on a plane constantly. You can't be Jerry Maguire,
right?
And I'm sure he loves St. Bonaventure. One other little note that came out of that Wall Street Journal article: someone started up a little symposium at a hotel in Nashville, Tennessee, back in 2018 for personnel people evolving to GM. And less than 100 people showed up. This year, 700 people showed up for that symposium. So, if Woj does what we know he can do, he'll have his pick of the litter. He could end up being the GM at Kentucky or Duke or Florida State, Dave. Who knows?
Yeah. So interesting, Kelly, that you said earlier, the progression of what this job that's really in its infancy. You think at universities it could be basically the job at Duke or the job at Alabama or the job anywhere?
Well, it didn't exist 3 years ago. Now you have people getting paid $800,000 to do it, and the belief is that it will eclipse, even offensive and defensive coordinator to become the second most important job on the team. But the control of NIL. Think of the added work created by the portal, because now you have to look across the country at all of our colleges as who might enter the portal and who might help us. And secondly, NIL and how you spread out that money across the people in the portal and the recruits you got coming in. So it's a huge job that literally came out of nowhere and is now, people would have laughed at you, said, I want to be the GM of a college football team a few years ago. Now it's an aspiration for sure.
Well, this is a whole different topic. Maybe we can get into next week with the Sac State trying to go Pac-12, trying to go maybe Mountain West. And one of the things they announced yesterday, to your point, Kelly, and your point, Jason, is they're committing to raising $50 million in NIL money over the next 10 years. So, easy math, $5 million a year as part of their package, their incentive package, if you will, to try to get into either the Pac-12 or the Mountain West. So it's not just hitting our big boys. I mean, it's hitting all the up-and-comers as well. That it's a whole different Donahue now. Oh, and you saw, I'm sorry, because I was doing something. Did you guys mention Tennessee yet? Did you just mention?
No, I was about to bring that up.
Oh, my God. 10% NIL talent fee, and that's on top of a 4.5% raise on football alone tickets, 10% on every ticket to every sporting event. For example, Kelly, a student ticket, I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago was $10. Then it came up to $20 last year. Next year it'll be $25. It's ridiculous. Case.
But these teams are going to have to figure out how to pay their players. I don't know. I have this sinking feeling it's going to destroy what we once knew as college sports, and maybe it already has, and maybe that's fine. But it is a completely new world, and everyone's trying to figure out how do you cope with it? How do you raise money to compete? But I don't know. I don't know where it all goes. It feels like there's a cancer that's there now, and no one knows how to control it. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm just being nostalgic.
Gotcha. Kelly, how about the news yesterday about a league that is thriving, the WNBA? More expansion. We already knew Toronto's coming in, San Francisco, but Portland, a new team in the WNBA. Seems like they're hot and they're striking at the right time.
Yeah, the franchise fee was $125 million, which obviously seems like a pittance when you look at what the NBA is going to get for their expansion teams, probably in the next few years, and what we've seen, what has been whispered numbers for the NFL. And at Major League Baseball as well, especially as baseball's already said we're going to add 2 teams. But yeah, Portland is getting a team. You got Golden State getting a team. I still don't know what a Valkyrie is. When I see it, I say to myself, I can't believe San Francisco named a women's basketball team after a eye patch toting Nazi. That's what I think about because of the movie, which I actually enjoyed that movie. But WNBA is back. It'll be interesting to see if Vivek and his crew want to get in on it, or if that holds. Maybe their hands are full with the athletics situation here for the next 3 years. But the WNBA obviously coming up thanks to a number of stars that have emerged and brought their TV ratings skyrocketing. So,
Kelly, FYI, Valkyrie was one of the playable characters in the video game Gauntlet. There was the wizard, there was the elf, a Valkyrie, and then I believe a warrior. And you could play one, or with your friends, you could play all 4 together, and you tried to basically, I think, save the princess or something. So
yeah, it's funny. All I think it was Tom Cruise. But anyway.
Anyway. All right, Kelly. Well, we appreciate that. And yeah, let's get into the Sac State stuff soon. In fact, we're going to do that in the next segment. But
absolutely, guys. Great to see you.
Great to see you. Have a wonderful weekend, and as always, go Noles. I know. What do you want?
I mean, the Notre Dame FSU game, Dave, is going to be bottom 10. That's going to be bottom 10.
It's going to be the toilet bowl. And,
all right, guys.
See you, buddy.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye. That's Kelly Brothers. He is good at business. He visits with us each and every Thursday in the 7 a.m. hour. Jason, while you were gone, there was breaking news. John Party is returning to the Shoreline Amphitheater, and that's September 27th. That's late this month. In fact, as a matter of fact, that's in 8 days. And we want to get, listeners in the building. We want to bribe you in exchange for listening to the program with cool prizes. So all you got to do is hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now, 1-800-920-1140. And as usual, we're looking for caller number 5 to score that pair of tickets to check out John Party and his Mr. Saturday Night World Tour, courtesy of Live Nation. For more info, sacmountsports.com. Hey, caller number 5, 1-800-920-1140. We have some more details on the Sac State plan to get into the Pac-12, and had some conversations this morning to kind of try to iron out what they're doing. So we've got some cool new info for you. We'll go over it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now. Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
The last 6 Sacramento Rivercats games of the 25th anniversary season are packed with promotions and theme nights. Join us for Hispanic Heritage Night on September 17th, the Rivercats Golfer Hat Giveaway on September 20th, our inaugural Harry Potter Night on September 21st, and cap off the homestand with Fan Appreciation Day for the final game of the season on Sunday, September 22nd. Make your way to the ballpark for a farewell to the Rivercats of 2024. Visit rivercats.com to purchase tickets today.
A new Honda? Nice. Well, it was like this. It was a super hot day, so we all stopped for some ice cream. When bam, the AC went out. My dad started sweating and was all, man, I stink. And my brother was like, I hate this car. And my mom was all, I'm dying in here. Then I said, it's time to call Stockton Honda. Then Dad was like, honey, you're right. I knew you were my favorite. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue.
StocktonHonda.com. Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town. Getting drunk on a plane. For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2. What was I thinking? And he's bringing some friends. Carmichael. I want to close your eyes for this. Tyler Rich. Tasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
The TaylorMade Tour Van is a one-stop shop for PGA Tour players to get their clubs to exact specifications. And now you can get the same experience at Hagen Oaks when the TaylorMade Tour Van brings their fitting skills to you. On September 20th and 21st, you can be fitted at Hagen Oaks and have your clubs built by the TaylorMade Tour Van. A $25 fitting fee is refundable with any club purchase. Whether you're interested in the QI-10 or P770, call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 to reserve your spot.
You up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
All right, Dennis is having a freak out on the text line. We'll need to monitor that. It's fine, but Dennis,
are you on goofball pills or something?
We're saying is just, don't spam the chat, dude. It's one of those things like, here's a tip. If you're on the YouTube chat, for example, number one, please don't get into political arguments. Number two, if I were
save that for Twitter.
Thank you. If I were to say, for example, hey, I really think the Kings are going to do well this year. That's a chat. That's a, send. Don't say, hey, I really think, enter. The Kings are going to do well, enter, this year, enter, and it shows up as 3. Just, there's probably no way to do this, Chris, but is there a way where we could, for our extra excitable chatters,
limit there?
Like give them I don't know what the number would be, 100 a day or 100 per show.
Limit their shot attempts.
So you got to budget your thoughts. That's all. Just, it doesn't, no running running trains of thought, because the problem is, and by the way, we appreciate listening and all of that and the interaction. We love it and really truly appreciate it. But what it does is it fills up the whole page, and then other chatters can't keep up with conversations, and it's just one guy or two guys or girls who are just
yeah.
You know, that's all we're saying. Just meow. We're just talking about Chatticut. Just Chatticut. That's all. Just Chatticut.
Yeah.
Also, Jason, update. I forgot. I had to run out early this morning, so I forgot my little shake. And I also the remaining bananas were too brown for me.
That's too brown.
Basically slightly browner than what I'm holding right now.
Come on.
What do you mean?
Grow up.
I knew it. You're a brown banana eater, aren't you?
Well, I can.
You're one of them brown bananas.
It's not
mushy,
bad.
Mushy.
That's not going to be mushy.
No, this is going to be. I don't want it. I want it crunchy. I want a nice fresh banana. Like, I would rather have still a little bit of green on it and yellow, and it's just it's nice and firm. I want a firm banana.
So it tastes like nothing.
No, so it tastes like banana. I don't want some mushy old brown banana.
That's why for banana bread.
That's what everyone says.
They say use the green banana.
That's why everyone comes back. You're like vegans. Everyone comes back with the same thing. The brown bananas are the best for banana bread. That may be so. I'm not eating banana bread. I'm eating a banana. The banana, that's what I'm eating.
So whenever you make something, you want to take it at its least ripe to make it.
Where are you my wife? How did you take that from what I just said? I don't like brown bananas, but my point is, this is an AM PM banana that I grabbed on the way here in an emergency.
The best bananas.
We'll see how the AM PM banana tastes. If it's different. Is this a processed banana secretly? I knew it. I knew
That's not even my favorite type. My favorite type is around that type, but I'm not going to throw away banana because
I'm not throwing it away.
It's a little too brown for me.
The kids will eat it. I'm not. The kids are going to eat it.
You guys,
I'm not going to eat it. I like brown bananas. Sac State.
Yes. Stingers up.
They sent out some more details.
The Sac-12 did.
The Sac-12, and I'm efforting it right now. I have it because I tweeted it yesterday. Here are the five of the touch points for the committee's path to the Pac-12. Number one, securing $50 million in NIL commitments to cover the first 10 years in the Pac-12. So $5 million for an effective salary cap for upper level players. Number two, securing funding and approvals to build a new state-of-the-art football stadium that seats at least 25,000 attendees. Number three, securing funding and approvals to build a basketball arena that seats at least 6,500 attendees. Number four, turning out at least 15,000 attendees per home football game for the remainder of the season. Now, Jason, I did take a look here. And I can't find an average attendance for this year or last year, but it sounds like
there was 12 something at the first game.
Yeah, it seems like they're averaging, just putting together the games I looked at, and some are going to be higher and lower than others. It's around 12 or 13. Yeah. I don't think that's a huge ask.
And with the Causeway this year and the Causeway 2 years ago, I had the record. It was like 23, 24.
Right.
And the Causeway's at Sac State this year, so they might be able to get to that number anyway.
And then fifth, securing $5.25 million in conference fees for NCAA realignments into the Pac-12. Now, they also announced some other people involved on the committee. They've got some pretty. This is a I wouldn't say a Hail Mary, but this is a 30-yard pass on 3rd and 12. Maybe I don't want to call it a Hail Mary because I think there's some realism to it. And we're gonna try to get somebody who hasn't been announced on this committee yet, who's been really running a lot of the X's and O's behind the scenes, to come on tomorrow, but they haven't been announced yet as part of the committee. And I think Jason, just the cynicism. Look, full stop. I think it's great. I want to do anything we could, you could, any of us could to make it. It's what you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of dough for a football stadium and a basketball stadium combined. The $50 million in NIL, I think that's I think that's doable with the amount of alumni, businesses, people they can reach out to. The other $5 million to get into the Pac-12, that's very, very doable. So that's $55 million there. I don't have an issue with that. My question is just simply, where are you finding? I don't know how much it is. It's certainly not going to be like Golden One Center type money, but we're talking $200-300 million, somewhere in that range for both combined. I would imagine is in the ballpark. Where's that going to come from?
Right.
That's my question.
Yeah. All projects, all things, all goals, you follow the money. How is it going to happen?
Yes.
I think the school already has some plans on their own, facility-wise, potential football stadium. They've talked about some improvements or different arenas. This has all been talked about, but
Yes.
it's also talk. That has to get done to the next level. So I think to have political leaders, people in Sacramento that really the core of this is I think they have the city's best interest.
Absolutely.
The school side, I can speak from there. I think I could speak from their side. I interviewed the athletic director, Mark Orr, on the TV broadcast at halftime the other night.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was great. And I think his stance was, look, the school has, I don't even know if they have to be careful. That's not the right way to say it. They're currently in a conference.
Right.
I think if you asked him, if you asked the president, if you asked a lot of people, would they rather be in the Mountain West or the Pac-12? I'm sure they would.
Right.
But because what would that mean? Some of these things that the Sac-12 is looking to do would probably come to fruition. So that would mean more opportunities, better for the school, better facility. Like, who wouldn't want all of that? But I think the key to all of that is all these things can happen. All these things can be proposed. All these things should be pursued. You still have to be invited to this party. And
yes,
as of now, we could have the best PR, the best campaign, all the renderings, even progress towards all this, and they might go, yeah, we're not interested.
Yeah, I'm glad
invited to the party.
I'm glad you brought that up because I do. That is one point I wanted to speak on. So, and again, this is just me being. I don't think cynical is the right word, but we have a fair understanding about how some of these things work. I find it incredibly hard to believe. In fact, I find it impossible to believe that you have politicians, business heads. There's no way, by the way, this is an independent group, the Sac-12. There's no way this has happened without the go-ahead from Sac State. It's just just not going to happen.
Yeah, they may not publicly. But
they can't publicly. Yeah, right. To your point, they're in a conference. Of course, they're going to be behind it. There's been meetings and conference calls, and this has been planned for a long time. So here's what I'm saying: there's no way everybody puts their you-know-whats on the guillotine without some sort of conversation with the Pac-12. There's no way they're just surprise.
Yeah,
we want to get into the Pac-12.
Right.
I'm not saying the Pac-12.
Pac-12 could be like, yeah, go for it.
That's
as opposed to.
I think it's a little more than go for it, Jay. And again, this is me guessing.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more than go for it. I think it's we are open. Here's what you would need to do.
Right.
That doesn't guarantee. We're not guaranteeing anything, but if you want to take a shot at it, we're listening.
Here's your time. And
that's right.
With this chaos, this is the opportunity. I think the best carrot that Sacramento has is the market.
That's right.
In California,
yes.
I mean, that's
the media market.
That's their number one thing.
Yep.
Now, those other things are huge places they've got to make up ground.
Yeah. Also, their market, their location geographically as well. You're not going to find a bigger market on this side of the Pecos, if you will. Yeah. So very interesting, and we'll continue to monitor that and see if we can't get somebody just on tomorrow to talk about this drive towards the Pac-12 and or the Mountain West. And if you're driving towards the Pac-12, what better car to do it in than a Hoblet, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram? Because right now, let's talk about Jeep Adventure Days. Right now, up to $12,000 off MSRP on 2023 Dodge Charger SXT, starting as low as $28,715. Hey, these are some of the most fun cars you're ever going to drive. There's just a handful left, so get in there. Don't miss your chance. But there's other big deals as well, up to $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs, which get up to 56 miles per, electric thing. Look, the price you see is the price you pay with Hoblet. You got other dealers that are always marking up MSRP. They're dropping. They're giving you discounts on some of the most popular vehicles they have. Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. And you tell them your good buddy, Carmichael Dave sent you. Week 3 of the NFL begins tonight. Let's talk about it. Patriots, Jets, Aaron Rodgers, and more. We'll do that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Even in a broken Washington, one person delivers results. Our Congressman Kevin Kiley. Working across party lines, Kevin Kiley has helped pass bipartisan bills to lower prices for gas, groceries, and utilities, provide tax relief for the victims of recent wildfires and storms, and to protect Lake Tahoe today and for future generations. Kiley has secured millions of federal dollars to ease traffic on our roads, expand our water supply, and protect our homes and communities from wildfires. And because he believes public safety comes first, Kevin Kiley is working to crack down on repeat offenders, retail thieves, and fentanyl dealers who prey on our youth. Kevin Kiley is always ready to work across party lines to get things done, and never afraid to take on the establishment in Washington or Sacramento when that's what's needed to protect our quality of life. Delivering results. That's Kevin Kiley. Let's keep him working for us.
I'm Kevin Kiley, and I approve this message. Paid for by Kevin Kiley for Congress.
John Party. That's why they call me Mr. Saturday. Mr. Saturday Night Tour. Friday, September 20th, Toyota Amphitheater. With special guests, Priscilla Block and Larry Fleet. I got a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown. John Party. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Hard Rock Sacramento Concert Series.
Toyota's legendary truck event is on, and the deals are legendary. Get $2,000 cash back on any 2024 Tundra, or get a great lease on a new 2024 Tacoma 4x4. Get to your Toyota dealer now, because this truck event is gonna be Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Ends 9/30/24.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Well, first AM/PM banana in the books. It was fine.
Yeah.
Weird taste to it. It's like, it tastes like a banana, but I don't know. Is it like a tinny flavor? There's something.
Was it on the hot dog roller?
It's on the banana roller, Jason. That's funny. It's a bunch of warm bananas.
Maybe you should have let it ripen up a little bit.
Don't they have something else in there? in the hot dog roller? Isn't there like
taquitos,
yeah,
and whatever those like. They look like long egg rolls, but they're not. They're filled with
taquitos. Oh no, not taquitos.
Yeah, no, but they're like thicker. It's like and they'll put like beef and cheese in there or something.
Yeah, it's like a what is that outside? It's not a churro. Wait, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. What is that called? It's not a taquito?
It's not.
Here's the important question. When's the last time you guys have eaten hot food at the gas station?
Not since I was probably in my late teens, early 20s. AM PM once upon a time, dude, had
much good stuff?
Way too much. They had 2 burgers or 2 hot dogs for 99 cents. That was the deal. And I'd roll in there.
Burgers?
Oh, they had Oh, absolutely.
Do they still?
I don't think I haven't looked, but I don't think so. Yeah,
they have like chicken sandwiches now.
Yeah, they've got
where? I guess I don't know the last time.
In the little the rolly thing.
I'm not gonna go inside the gas station.
I used to go in there, dude, and get those 2 burgers for 99 cents, and they didn't have any like veggies. But you throw like mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup. They had pickles, onions, all that. You load it up. With all,
gross.
Which part of that's gross?
All of it.
Mayonnaise? Or are you just saying the idea of an AM/PM burger?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the specific topic.
But in certain parts of the U.S., gas station food is.
Well, we talked. Oh my God, I got that experience in Louisiana.
Exactly.
Ooh.
People are like, you want the best burger in town? Go to
Johnson's Roadhouse Grill at the
gas station.
At the Shell
they
station.
Weren't lying. It was incredible.
No, it is insane.
David Clyde's.
We were. It was. I've told you this. We were driving across from Houston from the Super Bowl Radio Row to New Orleans, and we stopped in. It was just right outside of Baton Rouge, and my buddy was like, "Yeah, dude, this is going to be amazing. I've had it before." And I'm like, "We still have 3 hours to go. I don't want to be caught in the middle of Louisiana, and
I'll go get there and get that ball there."
So, but those 2 burgers and I don't know what it was. I don't know what I was eating necessarily, but it tasted burger adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine. And if you're a real AM/PM historian, I think it was like when they started, they would have a sundae section, and you would go get like either the chocolate vanilla or the swirl in the cup. But this was where they screwed up. The
Separate than the Slurpee spot?
It was like next to it.
Okay.
But the station, because they had sprinkles and peanuts and all kind of caramels and all kinds of toppings, great idea. But when you present people with like unlimited anything, you would go there, and unless you were there at open or after somebody cleaned, the whole station, the caramel was in the sprinkles, the nuts were in the chocolate and everything. It was just chaos.
Chocolate in my peanut butter.
Yeah, right. But dude, if you've never gone to AM/PM back in the day, and you take one of them little looks like a quarter size of an upside down yarmulke style size cup thing, and yarmulke goes on this way, you flip it over.
I don't know what you're describing.
The yarmulke.
I know what a yarmulke is.
Okay, so you flip it over, and it's like a little bowl. And I'm saying about a quarter that size of a yarmulke that you put on the back of your head of a bowl to put a plastic cup, if you will, to put ice cream. I could have described it differently, but you should know what I'm talking about. And if you've never tried to do like the Leaning Tower of soft serve, where because you can go all the way, and man, I tell you, and you just sit there and you don't even eat it with the spoon. It is a real fat guy thing. You don't eat it with a spoon. You're palming this bowl of AM/PM soft serve. That's like, again, the Leaning Tower of pizza, and you're not even using the spoon at first.
Yeah.
You're just like a cone, and then you really got to start licking it because it starts melting down on your hand. The pro move would be to wrap your hand in those free napkins and then hold it, and then
wrap your hand in the napkin.
Yeah, you get a bunch of napkins and you kind of offset them on your hand, and then you put the little upside down yarmulke in the middle of your palm, and then if the ice cream drips down, it goes onto the napkin. You don't have sticky hand.
Yeah, sounds like the pro move.
Yeah, because you're out at an AM/PM, you're not near.
It's just all over the floor.
It's just not the floor. It's all over the blacktop. Because you're a teenager. You're walking to the AM/PM. It's 100 degrees outside. You want some soft serve. It's 69 cents. $2 get you 2 burgers and some soft serve.
Too much good stuff.
Week 3 of the NFL begins tonight. And it's
tonight.
It's the Jets. It's the Pats. It's there's no Belichick. There's no Brady. There's no Favre. The Jets.
There's no Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez. No butt fumble.
No Bill Parcells.
No Bill Parcells. By the way, saw a clip last night of the year that the Jets with Parcells lost their quarterback, and they brought in Tom Tupa, the punter, to fill in. And dude, he had I think he was like 5 for 8 for $145 and 2 touchdowns.
He was a QB, I think, at Ohio State.
Super Tupa.
Super Tupa.
The Jets, as you mentioned earlier, were kind of the trendy preseason pick, as they were last year with Hard Knocks.
I know.
How do you feel about them after 2 games?
It was okay. I mean, the Niners punked them. And then last week, they had a battle. That was a battle with Tennessee, but they won. That's the most important thing. I haven't been overly impressed by them, but long way to go. And again, 1-1. Kind of they've fallen in line with probably what they should be. I don't think people thought they would beat the Niners. Some did, but I didn't. And then beating Tennessee, not wowed by that, but they did it. I think they should win tonight. So get to 2-1 and keep pushing.
I don't know what the Jets are yet because...
And that's okay. They don't have to be defined yet. They want to be playing better later, right?
I can't say now after 2 weeks, oh, well, I've solved it. Okay, so that answers that question about the Jets. Look, they won last week over the Titans. They had to come back to do it, and the Titans are 0-2. I don't know that the Titans are a very good team. And then in week 1, the Jets lost to the 49ers. Now, listen, that's you're at home. It's the Niners home opener, and they got beat 32-19. But let's also remember, the Jets jumped out to a 7-3 lead, and the Niners just kind of ran away with it. I don't know if the Jets, I feel like their ceiling is a lower playoff seed, and their floor is I don't think their floor is that deep. I don't see them being 5-12 again. Provided
like
Rodgers
7, 6, 7, 7-10.
I'd say. I mean, I'm not being. I was going to say 8, but 6 in one hand. Yeah, I would say.
But 8 would miss.
But that's the floor if Rodgers is healthy, and also the fact that they've played 2 games together.
Yeah, and the other part about Rodgers, the question I have is, I think they got him to be the difference. Again, small sample size, 2 games. He wasn't the difference in the first game against the Niners, though I thought he made some pretty good throws. I don't know if he has to be, closer to the MVP type, but they got him to be better than Zach Wilson, better than anything they've had in the last 10 plus years that they've been, missing the playoffs. So he's got to be good.
I think when you're dealing with a quarterback, much less a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, to your point, it's not like, hey, we brought in this new running back. Or, in fact, I would say this, Jason. A quarterback like Aaron Rodgers coming into the Jets for the first time, would you say that that's actually a bigger adjustment than a new coach?
For Rodgers or for the team?
For the team.
Probably. I mean,
it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's a different voice, but this is truly a different voice. This is a legend, one of the great quarterbacks ever that has won and now is coming to a program that hadn't. I mean, that's a big adjustment for the rest of the guys.
No, it is. And that's why
then he's gone after 4 plays.
Right, exactly. And then they got to go through everything they planned on, goes out the window for a year. And now they're back this year. And really, they're just 2 games into the Rodgers era. So I do think they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
I just don't know how. I don't know what the starting point is.
Yeah, and I guess that's why I went to Rodgers, because I think they won 7. Yeah, 7-10 last year without him. So the thought is, well, now they've got him, they'll be better. Well, what's he doing to lift that? I'm not saying he's done it before, but what's he going to do for this team to get them to 10, 11 wins?
I mean, they've got the piece. They've got I shouldn't say the pieces. They've got pieces, but you're exactly right. We'll take a break. When we come back, Woj bomb yesterday. Well, we talked about it quite a bit, but we didn't have a chance to talk to Jason, who was at the NBA broadcast meeting. So how did that go when the news broke in the middle of the headquarters of the NBA world? And then also we'll get into the insider aspect itself, plus some, I think it's Adam Schefter talking about the behind the scenes with that type of lifestyle. We got a lot for you coming up right after this.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Kyle Draper. Equip your staff with top-notch uniforms, professionally cleaned and delivered weekly to your workplace by Alsco Uniforms, proud sponsors of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. Our services include uniforms, towels, floor mats, mops, first aid supplies, and restroom essentials to uphold cleanliness and safety standards in your business. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Visit alsco.com to learn more. Again, visit alsco.com.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Chris and I were saying yesterday, well, not just Chris, I think a lot of people.
I'll take your word for it.
How funny would it have been if Shams had broke the news about Woj? I actually think it would have been even funnier. Yeah, that would have been a cool way for them to that would have been a cool joke. Yeah. Like Shams breaks the news, he drops the Woj bomb. But Adrian Wojnarowski is stepping away to go. But my goodness, this might be the biggest send-off I've ever seen for a media member not passing away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, we lose, a media giant, somebody that whatever, had a great career, and you're going to get a lot. Man, you had teams and Sports Center and ESPNs, everyone's just saying happy trails, Woj, who you can tell how stressful this job is when he's stepping away to spend more time with his family and have a more peaceful life by going and dealing with NIL for a college.
Exactly.
But you were there in the
broadcast meetings.
Yeah, you were there in the broadcast meetings. How did that go?
Well, it was interesting because we were in one of our, the sessions or whatever, where everybody's kind of in one room and they're talking to the group. And one of the guys that was coming up it was between sessions, like we were moving on to the next topic. And as he enters the stage, he's like, anybody see that Woj bomb? And actually, I had not at the moment. I think a lot of people hadn't. And then you could just kind of hear a little bit of murmuring. And so I don't
think he did that on purpose.
Woj did it during the broadcast meetings. I would like to think yes. I don't think so.
Yeah,
but I'll think yes.
And so I think people were processing it, but there actually wasn't a lot of discussion after that. It was just more like, wait, what did he do? What? So I think everybody in that room is thinking. Think about it. There's people from every team, from PR to broadcasting to producers, directors, league officials. I'm sure if those that hadn't, if they were like me, I'm like, wait, what's? For someone in the league to say, did you see the Woj bomb? I'm not thinking it's, hey, there'll be a extended they're trying out a new rule in preseason. It's
right.
Who got traded? What happened? Who got fired? And it was his own information. So I think it was a bit stunning in the room, let's say.
And I'm going to go over some of the stuff we talked about yesterday because you weren't here, and I want your opinion. Shams, would you say, is the heir apparent?
Well, they do the same thing,
Right.
But does you mean like he takes that pedestal? And,
well, the interesting thing is both Shams Charania and Chris Haynes, local guy here, their contracts are both up at the end of the year. Shams with Yahoo and Chris also with the Athletic. No, wait, Shams with the Athletic, Chris with Yahoo. And I think Chris Haynes, I could be wrong here, but I want to say Chris Haynes might have taken Shams' Yahoo spot when Shams went to the Athletic. So it just kind of seems, and ESPN's expected to pursue them both.
Right.
But it's a very specialized job. You have to have the connections. You have to know the people.
Yeah.
And I think both of them not only do, but also have the camera time and check a lot of the boxes.
Yeah, and I think that, I don't want to discredit anybody who's an insider and gets to that position because you did the work to get there. You built the relationships. I think that's the key. I think there's a subtle difference between Shams' relationships and Woj's relationships. We've kind of said this before on the show, where Woj seems to be connected more so to a lot of the teams and general managers, and not all. That's not exclusive, but Shams may be more agents and that kind of thing. I mean, they both have their feelers everywhere, but you have to have that, and you have to have those connections, and it's an interesting job. I think the higher up you get to when you get to that level, Adam Schefter, Jeff Bassan, all these guys, Jay Glazer, they call you.
That's right.
They text you because they know your power. They know your followers. They know your messaging, and they're going to go, hey, I got to get this to Dave because Dave's got all these followers, and here's the news. Boom. You disperse with it because they know, like, that might be a lot of times their first call, their first text.
And you've seen over the last really 2, 3, 4 years now on a lot of these breaking news tweets, it'll be, Jason Ross was traded to KFBK for Christopher Laud, as Jason's agent, Chad Roofer, informed me via whatever, that they're giving, they're giving these agents some shine as well. And that didn't happen accidentally. And we've talked, when Sam comes on, especially, I'm fascinated by, and I still believe that there is a lot. I'd love to see a 30 for 30 on it. I think it is a fascinating subject, how these work, how these insiders go through everything. Like you mentioned the text message.
Yeah.
Well, we see Woj and Shams reporting the same news seconds apart.
Yeah.
There's a group text. This is what I'm fascinated by. There is a text thread with both Woj and Shams on it, but I always want to know who's on the other end.
Yeah.
Is it just agent and player? Is it brother, cousin, former roommate? Is it league?
Yeah. Well, because sometimes we've heard those stories where player found out from Twitter that they were traded or coach was fired or whatever the story is. And so these guys are that powerful that they're getting that information before the person that's actually involved, which is a bit frightening, I would say, but that's the world we live in.
And I think one thing that when you say it out loud, it sounds silly at first, but Adrian Wojnarowski is probably a top 10, if not top 15 most powerful person in the NBA.
Correct.
I'm talking no
I don't
owners.
think it's 15. I think you're in the right spot with 10 and above.
And that's including players. Adam Silver, name it. That's, and he's walking away from $10 million a year to do this. Here's Adam Schefter with the panel talking about being an insider.
But let me say this, that the people assembled on this panel here understand it. But I always would say to people, there are only a handful of people that could understand what you do for a living and what it takes and what goes into it. And Woj was one of those. I would say that he understands what we do, what I do, better than my wife understands it. And when I heard him weighing what to do, and there you see a picture that we took in the cafeteria, and I see that and I get emotional, right? Because Chris Mortensen understood that, and he's no longer with us. He left the earth in February, and Woj had such great respect for him, and vice versa, Mort for Woj. And now Woj has stepped aside, and we talked about this. And basically, he wanted his life back. He didn't want to have to work on holidays. He didn't want to be away from more family gatherings. He didn't want to have to, as we had to do in the past, take a shower with your phone up against the shower door so you could see a text that's coming in, or take your phone with you to the urinal and hold it in one hand while you're trying to take care of your business in the other. That's the life that we live.
They're laughing
because it's true,
but it's true.
Yeah.
Jason, I can, Adrian Wojnarowski on the top of the mountain. Guys like you and me, when it comes to that we're like at base camp. Like, there's just the difference.
Yeah.
The amount of not argument, she understands, but I've been in the middle of recitals for my daughter.
Yep.
I've been at a family dinner, you name it. And there's maybe at a funeral or in the middle of a wedding, but other than, and I'll look down at my phone and it's XYZ player or a general manager or this call I've been waiting for. And that's in one market, basically covering 1.5 teams at one radio station. You're at ESPN. You've got 30 NBA teams and everything that goes with it. And, oh, by the way, not everybody thinks to call Carmichael Dave or Jason Ross when there's breaking news, like you just explained earlier. But you're the guy at ESPN and all the team. Oh, I've been waiting. The amount of times Adrian Wojnarowski has had to step away from dinner or his wife has been telling him something that he is on his phone. Look, I get it. $10 million a year. Great job.
Yeah, it's different.
But, dude, it is insane.
And that's expanded to Olympic coverage.
That's right.
Hey, Cooper Flag. Like, if there's new, got to send it to Woj because he is confirmed that he's coming, going, whatever it might be. And I don't know, just take anybody, anywhere, any part of your life. You're on I just went to Hawaii. So I'm in Hawaii, having a great time with the family. If that text comes, you gotta stop.
You have to stop everything.
Report it and then get that out in a tweet. And then probably, if it's a big enough story, joining us live from Maui is Adrian Wojnarowski to talk more about the details of this NBA deal or this trade or this firing. And yeah, it is all consuming. It's an incredible job, but it's all consuming.
They think it's a joke when it's like you're holding your phone in one hand at the urinal. They think it's a joke,
and also the assumption of one phone, right? I mean,
I've never said this. I share everything. It has nothing to do with the urinal. I've never said this on the air before because it is actually kind of pathetic. I have a plastic sleeve with a hook that I put at certain high stress times that I hang on my the little shower hole, the nozzle, and then the thing. What is that? The pipe, right?
The shower head.
Shower head, but it's like the little pipe behind. Whatever. You specifically, it was $5 on Amazon. You put your phone in the thing. It's clear. You hang it on there, and so if I'm expecting a call, and I can't miss it. I've literally been in situations, not a lot, handful, count on one hand. I'm in the middle of a shower and it's player, GM, whatever, and I stop the shower. Hello, and then it's quick wrap the towel around me and rush out. Why? Why don't I just talk to him in the shower? Because it sounds like you're in the bathroom and you don't want the telltale toilet echo going on the other side. So you're dripping wet, naked on the corner of your with a towel wrapped around you in the corner of your room, having this conversation going from 0 to 100 with somebody that has maybe 3 minutes and you need 10 minutes of info out of them, and you're not getting this call again, and then your family's supposed to understand that.
And then I changed my voice.
Okay, weirdo, party of one.
Changed my voice. Dave, it's not Monty, it's me. I got you out of the shower.
Now you guys are going to pull that.
And then Mason comes in with a Polaroid camera.
To the internet. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's only funny because it's true. Yeah, it is crazy. Good for Woj.
So you want to have breaking news? I like the information. I'm not in the process of breaking a lot of news.
We'll take a break here because we have to. But when we come back, we have 4-down territory. I want you to say, I have one thing to talk. I want to talk to you a tiny bit about that too. We haven't gotten into the breaking news part. We'll get to that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm meteorologist Kelly Curran in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We're starting out with partly sunny skies. The temperature is in the upper 50s, then climbing into the mid 80s with mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Hey, you. I knew I'd find you back in the same aisle. What are you looking for today? More fiber, more laxatives, more of the same ways to manage your constipation? Look, if your constipation with belly pain keeps coming back, you may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Ask your doctor how Linzess can help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Lead generation is one of the most important aspects of any marketing campaign. Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products or services to them. Go to aimyourdigital.com today. aimyourdigital.com.
The TaylorMade Tour Van is a one-stop shop for PGA Tour players to get their clubs to exact specifications. And now you can get the same experience at Hagen Oaks when the TaylorMade Tour Van brings their fitting skills to you. On September 20th and 21st, you can be fitted at Hagen Oaks and have your clubs built by the TaylorMade Tour Van. A $25 fitting fee is refundable with any club purchase. Whether you're interested in the QI-10 or P770, call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 to reserve your spot.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2. What was I thinking? And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee. Close your eyes for this. Tyler Rich. Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
John Party. That's why they call me Mr. Saturday. Mr. Saturday Night Tour. Friday, September 20th, Toyota Amphitheater. With special guests, Priscilla Block and Larry Fleet.
Got a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown.
John Party. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Hard Rock Sacramento Concert Series.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram off Business 80 next to Hagen Oaks or online sacsuperstore.com. Big inventory and the right deal. Experience it for yourself and see why their customers drive away smiling. It's the Sac Superstore difference.
Get in on the action at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. With over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room, you'll enjoy a casino experience on a whole new level. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
You had said, because we'll get to 4 down territory, we're talking about Woj. You talked about breaking news.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the other thing. Breaking news sucks. It sucks. It's not fun. You'd think that, well, every journalist wants to break news. And by the way, and a lot do. But the concept behind breaking news is you get the news. You then have to try to confirm it with somebody, unless it's like an A+ source, like if it's directly from a player or a GM. You put it out there.
But even then, you're taking a risk.
That's exactly right. You put it out there, hit send, and then there's this abyss of a moment or minutes or hours, depending on whatever, where you're just sitting there praying, waiting for somebody else to also break the news and confirm it, because something could go wrong. Somebody could call somebody and say, I don't like that part of the deal. Okay, well, then it's off the table. Whatever. Maybe your guy was drinking. I don't know. And you do that one time, you get it wrong. The rest of your life, anytime you put something out, oh, you mean like that? Like Woj with first and goal, which is it's apples and oranges, right. But every Kings fan knows that. So the example I can give you is the A's news. We broke the A's news that they were coming to Sacramento. Broke it that night. Beat everybody. Oh, that's awesome. Great get for Sacktown Sports. What a great job of journalism. Blah, 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 blah. No, dude. You get people calling you that are kind of pissed off. Well, who gave you this? No, that are behind the breaking news.
Right.
They're like, oh, did you really need to break it? Or you get somebody else that's been on the story like, oh, man, I was just waiting for a second confirmation. I've been working on the story for months. So it's like, okay, whatever. But then you also go, really, is this going to happen? Sure, it's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And you're praying. I can't imagine the blood pressure. And I'm sure after a while you get sort of used to it, but I'm trying to think. I'm sure he was. Do you remember a time where Woj broke something and it turned out to be not true? And first and goal doesn't count because technically first and goal, you could say that was a correct tweet. It was that close. I don't remember him breaking something that didn't happen.
I'm sure it happened, but
I am too.
I don't have the
constant barrage of stress you're under being out there alone in the world of sports news while the world is watching and I'm talking about Woj or Schefter or whomever. That in itself is just a blood pressure scare.
Yeah, because I know as a reader of that information, the second I read that's fact. It's become fact.
It's fact.
It's become fact to me.
All right, real quick, because we got to get to 4-down territory. Good morning, JR.
I have some breaking news.
Yes, I'm sure you do. How are you, buddy?
Jason Ross is the future Pac-12 announcer of your Sacramento Hornets.
Oh, JR. Wow. There you go.
Are you part of the Sac-12?
I am part of I'm like Pac-12 and a half. I'm just over that length, but 100% in you calling those games in about 2 years.
Oh, it's fast tracking.
Yeah, you are. You better get in shape.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Shrink that head a little. It won't fit under the screen.
Impossible.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's JR. Their JR had a mishap on the air recently.
Just once?
With another show?
JR's always on the edge, and sometimes I think he falls off a little bit. Yeah. Love him, though. 4-down territory right now, please.
Week 3 starts tonight. Who you got?
I'll take the Jets.
Jets?
I'm impressed.
Or Patriots.
Oh, sorry. Jets, Jets. I'm impressed with Rob Mayo and the work he's done with Pat so far. I think the Jets are about a touchdown favorite for a reason. Home game for them. I think crowd's going to be into it. Probably good weather in New York. You tell me, Jason. You were just there yesterday. Yeah, I'll take the Jets tonight.
I will take the Jets as well. It's still tough to pick the Patriots. I have been impressed with what they've done. They do have some institutional knowledge on being in the division and all that, but home game should be emotional. First one, really, hopefully a full game for Rodgers as a Jet. Yeah, I like the emotional part of that, and the Jets win it tonight.
Will there be tears?
No. He doesn't cry.
No, he does. Oh, a little ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, second down, please.
Jordan Love returned to practice yesterday. Would you play him Sunday versus the Titans?
No, Titans aren't a good team. And you you're asking me, and I'm not the doctor, and I'm not looking at MRIs and blah blah blah.
But 3 to 4 weeks, he's already back at practice.
Here's the thing: of course there's a chance you can get injured anytime you go out there, but if there is a legit he could complicate this. It's not all the way better, and only time's going to heal it. Then you don't play him.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, with zero talking to any medical or athletic trainer with the Packers, it just feels like this is hurried. But I don't think you bring a guy back to practice thinking you're hurrying it either. So if they think he can go, I guess you do it. But I think my instincts would be let's wait at least one more.
My instincts too, Jason. Yeah. So let's.
Our instincts matter.
I think we should call them. Yeah, they're down.
Eli Manning was one of the 16 new Hall of Fame nominees announced yesterday. He's a Hall of Famer, right?
Yes. I think his
have reservations.
Well, Jim Plunkett will tell you a couple Super Bowls doesn't guarantee entrance. But I think Eli's numbers beyond that, outside of that, are probably going to get him in. I don't think the fact that he's a Manning is going to hurt him. And look, he was Tom Brady's kryptonite.
That's it. I mean, I think I think when you're trying to say someone doesn't deserve it, you're going to pick apart things. You can do interceptions, all these things, winning record, or the record he had in a lot of other years. But if most people, I'm not going to say everybody, most people say that Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. You just said it. Who's his kryptonite? Somehow, some way, it was the Giants. It was Eli Manning. Well, they had a great defense. They had all that. He was the Super Bowl MVP both times that he won the Super Bowl. So, I mean, that's very small company. Not only 2 Super Bowls, but 2 Super Bowl MVPs. The Manning name doesn't hurt. He is a likable guy. He's still in front facing. We see him all the time. And then the stats. I think he's in for sure.
Can I add a little something to his postseason career?
Please.
Cool.
Okay, so it's the 6th season that he made the playoffs. 2 of them he went and won the Super Bowl. You know how many wins he had in the other 4 times he went to the playoffs?
I'm going to say it's like 0 or 1.
0.
Yeah. So in his 16-season career, he went to the playoffs 6 times, won 2 Super Bowls, and did nothing the other 4 times. So here's something else I want to add in here, too. Let me see. Let me get rid of that. All right, Eli Manning. He's
got to be top 20 in passing.
Here's a hot take for you, Jason Ross. Is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer if you take away those 2 Super Bowls? Because I'll tell you this much. I don't have time right now to look through them both. But if you're top 10 in NFL history in passing touchdowns, and you're top 10 in NFL history in passing yardage, my guess is everybody on that list twice is in the Hall of Fame. Everyone. And by the way, Aaron Rodgers is a surefire Hall of Famer. I'm sure he's on that list both times. He's got less Super Bowls than Eli. I think you can make an argument he's a Hall of Famer I don't think he is, but I think it's a fun conversation.
Yeah. Ironically, I think we think more about his career if he doesn't win the Super Bowls. It's like, oh man, he just never had that team to just make it.
I mean, could be. But you add in the 2 Super Bowls, the Manning legacy, all that stuff. He's in the Hall of Fame. 4th down, please.
Oh, going for it this time. Kicker Adam Vinatieri was also on that list. Do you put him in the Hall of Fame?
If you're putting kickers in the Hall of Fame, you put Adam Vinatieri on the list. And now Adam Vinatieri ain't Justin Tucker. But Adam Vinatieri played for approximately 44 years.
And why wouldn't a kicker be in the Hall of
Fame? I don't know.
Like, kickers aren't football players. Why?
Because they don't
score a lot of points. Right. There's a lot of value to them.
But his clutchiness is unrivaled. And he's responsible for, I want to say, at least 2 of those Patriots wins.
Yeah, he's got a couple iconic moments.
He's Hall of Famer, dude. He's a Hall. Look, if If you're putting kickers in the Hall of Fame, and you are putting kickers in the Hall of Fame, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, one of the best at his craft. I mean, I think people say that now, like Justin Tucker, surefire Hall of Famer. All right, well, why wouldn't you say the same about Vinatieri, who's kicked in some of the biggest moments and had some breakthrough kicks in the most meaningful games?
Trying to look here. How many kickers? Only 4 kickers have ever entered the Hall of Fame, and only 2 of them played just the kicker position during their career. So George Bland is going to be one of those. Morten Anderson is a Hall of Famer. Jan Stenerud, the oldest kicker ever, he's in the Hall. He played in the AFL with the Chiefs, and same level when they merged.
I paid my taxes.
And then Lou Groza and George Blanda. So yeah, I think he should be the 5th kicker to get in. We'll take a break. When we come back, what's hot? What is not? And then didn't I have something for you, Jason? Let me look at my favorites here on my little Twitter account, because I thought I saved something for you. Oh, yeah. It's Who's Hot, Who's Not. And I have a very special edition of a contribution to On This Day in History.
Oh, nice.
It's actually pretty cool with an audio component.
Okay.
We'll be right back after.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Hey, I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk. Hey, get ready. Here comes your Sacktown Sports live events calendar. You don't want to miss Winona Judd at Hard Rock Live on September 28th. And on October 4th, comedy legend Rob Schneider is bringing the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Space out with Weezer for the Voyage to the Blue Planet Tour 2024 at the Golden One Center on October 8th. And looking further ahead into October, Alec Benjamin brings his soulful vibes to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on the 16th. Then on October 17th, catch the hilarious Ronnie Chang at the Bob Hope Memorial Theater in Stockton. On October 20th, Renee Vaca brings his hilarious stand-up to the Crest Theater in Sacramento. And finally, gear up for the ultimate Halloween bash with a $5,000 costume contest. It's Sinners and Saints Saturday at Thunder Valley on October 26th. Costumes, music, and plenty of thrills. Get all the event details at SacktownSports.com and stay locked on to Sacktown Sports for your chance to win tickets.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa. The word four has been used in golf for centuries, and its origins can be traced to the Middle Ages. According to historians, the word four is derived from the Old English word meaning before or in front of. In those days, the term was used to warn people of incoming arrows during archery practice. Another theory suggests that four has military connections. During the 19th century, artillery officers would yell four to warn their troops of incoming shells. This practice may have carried over to golf. The most popular theory, however, is that four has Scottish roots. In Scotland, four caddy was used to describe a person who walked ahead of the golfers to spot where their ball landed. The four caddy would then yell four to warn the golfers if their ball was heading towards another golfer or a spectator. Today, four is used to warn golfers or spectators of an errant shot. Whether it's derived from the Middle Ages, military practice, or Scottish roots, four has become an integral part of the game of golf, and now you know why. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
We have breaking personal news. I had told you this morning I had misplaced my passport. So I thought, because it's only in my backpack or in the drawer in the office.
Yes.
After 3 hours of me freaking out, before I went to bed, the passport was found on my wife's side of the bed on her little dresser, in which I went and showed her, and she got mad at me, and I didn't know why until she explained that she knew I was thinking it was her, to which I told her I did not think that, but she did not believe me because we've been married for 17 years. Well, during the break, I got a text. You're right. That was not fair. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, set the screen. Team Man has a victory. It doesn't happen often. It has a victory. Feels good. Jason, you have any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave,
Jason Ross, Bonneville.
Yeah, the back, yeah. The record suggests, though, that you're still quite far behind.
Way far behind.
Just your thoughts on trying to even that up.
Look, it's times like this that you have to hold on to, Jason, on the inside. You're right. It's tough. It's a blowout on the scoreboard, but this is why I do road work in the morning. This is why when I'm on 8 reps out of 10 in the gym, this is what pushes me, is for times like this when I know that hard work will tend to pay off.
And one more follow-up, if I may.
Go ahead. That's fine.
There were reports that you would be willing to, I guess these are rumors, take a shower with a sleeve that has your phone in it.
Yeah.
So very careful, I'm assuming, with your cell phone.
Yeah.
Any thought in the future about being that equally careful with your passport?
I would just say this, Jason. I'm already careful with my passport. That's what started the problem. It's either in the zipper in my backpack when I'm traveling, or it's in the drawer in the office. That's no other places. Now, there's no confirmation that my wife did anything with it, that we've agreed to just let that important part of the story go. But the fact that we're talking about the reaction, Jason, look, everybody can be a good winner. Okay. It's what happens when you're up against it that counts. And last night, look, I don't want to rekindle any fires here, but I think in this case, for once, she fell short and she was accountable, and I give her full credit for that and look forward to our next match. Uh-oh. By the way, just advice to some of you newlyweds out there too. This is probably how to not handle.
Yeah, did you respond on
well,
text?
She said the text is, and I quote, "You're right. It was not fair. I'm sorry." And my response was, "Thank you. Also, it's your," because she spelled your wrong.
That's funny.
It's true. The thing she hates most when we're arguing is when I spell check her.
Oh, so you threw this on top?
Well, I put smileys after it.
Oh,
it's
so
an
it's
old,
okay.
It's an old thing.
It's okay.
But yeah, you're right. She spelled it Y-O-U-R. How am I supposed to? That's the mother of my kids.
Do you think she laughed?
Well, let's see, Jason. Her response just came in, and it's O, not the letter O-H. I'll probably follow up with some. I'll probably follow up with some funny anecdotes and great personality things that will get her certainly don't want to celebrate a win by losing.
Yeah.
So, anyways, great news, and we'll have more of that tomorrow in leading off.
Yes,
maybe Friday Fun and Games. In the meantime, what the hell? I don't even. Oh, who's hot? Who's not?
Oh, yeah.
Well, number one, I'm hot. Obviously,
you know who else is hot?
Who else?
The Detroit Tigers.
Ah, meow.
On August 10th, the Tigers were 55-63 and are now 80-73 after they beat the Royals last night 4-2. With that win, they are half game behind the Twins for the final wild card spot. And if they do make the playoffs, they would be the first AL team to make the playoffs after being 8 games below 500 in August.
I saw that stat, and it really jumped out at me. Like, really? All the years in baseball? Like, remember when the Cardinals were God knows how far back and almost they either won the World Series or made a run? This was in this millennium. Yeah. But that's good for you, Tiger. Ryan Kreidler's Tigers, as I call them.
Oh, my.
Who's not? Oh, well, hold on.
Third down.
My wife. She in arguments. She's not. She had a problem.
Wow, gonna go with your wife is not hot, huh?
Well, I don't mean that physically. I mean that. Okay, who's not else?
The Seattle Mariners.
Oh, yeah.
They lost 2-1 to the Yankees last night, and that was more to do with the Mariners than the Yankees. With the runners on first and third, Randy Rosarena struck out, lost his bat in the process, and while Julio Rodriguez was dodging the bat, he was thrown at third. That was followed by a Jason Turner strikeout to end the game.
Double play.
That's a double play, pal. Well,
so sad.
We got to go streaking.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going?
I don't know.
It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking.
All right, let's recap. Dave is at 7.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm at 1. And Chris is at 0.
Oh, poor Chris.
So we'll leave the show leader for last. Let's go with Chris. Yesterday he picked Jackson Holiday.
Yeah, I think that's 2 in a row, isn't it?
Yeah, I wasn't afraid of him going over again.
No.
All right, so Jackson Holiday played the Giants.
Yeah.
He got up twice. Did he get a hit? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He did get a hit. 1 for 2.
That would have been awesome.
So Chris is at 1. I was at 1 trying to get to 2. I took Mason Wynn of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Mason Wynn. Did he, or is he Mason lose?
Well, he got up 5 times, and he hit a home run.
Got a home run!
Mason Wynn!
Mason Wynn!
So I'm at 2.
Okay.
But everybody's got their eyes on Carmichael Dave. 7 consecutive days with a hit.
10 away. Oh, what's the ruling, by the way? Like, would playoffs this year count for the streak? Because there's a chance that you and I could be tied at 16, and then the season ends.
Yeah, then you're at 16 to start next year.
So it carries over all.
It does. That's what would happen really for a hitter.
How do we even know we'll be here next year?
Good point.
Like, as a human race.
Wow.
Wow, that was deep.
Well, let's find out how you did. Trying to get to 8, you took Adley Rutschman.
Adley Rutschman.
They did play the Giants.
Adley
Rutschman didn't start.
Oh, come on.
But he got the dreaded pinch hit appearance. 1 plate appearance. Adley Rutschman.
Come on, Adley.
0 for 1.
Boo, you suck.
Sorry, it's over.
More like badly Rutschman.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
So that whole thing, if we were tied at the...
Yeah, don't have to worry about that anymore.
So Dave's at 0, Chris is at 1, I'm at 2. Who are you going to pick today?
Joe
Mama.
Screw it. Give me Jackson Holiday. I'm taking him any chance I can get.
Okay, you just want to dance.
He's really kind of become the show favorite.
He has.
Yeah.
I am Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts. He's just the cutest little Mookie Betts.
I'm going to take Shohei Ohtani.
Not familiar with him.
Is he that one guy that does?
Holiday bets and Ohtani.
Holiday bets and Ohtani.
Yeah.
Hey.
It isn't Ohtani bets on holiday.
I think it is. We'll take a break. It's a sore subject. When we come back. Niners at 9. Couple of Hall of Fame nominees. And we've got Rams-Niners this weekend, plus some audio from around the NFL if we have time to get to that as well. And I want to pay it off. This day in the history of the whatever with the audio.
Good payoff.
Yeah, good payoff. We'll do that next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
And here's Purdy going to throw one deep, wide for Debo. Made the catch on the back shoulder. Touchdown! San Francisco!
And a back shoulder banger for Debo Samuel.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
You guys got a new Honda? Well, it was like this. My mom was driving me to school when, bam, our car started smoking. My mom wasn't happy, so she called my dad and said, honey, if you value your life and our marriage, you will take care of this now. So my dad calls up Stockton Honda and was like, can you get me approved for a new car and save my marriage? And they're all, sure, Mr. Jones, we do this every day. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue.
StocktonHonda.com.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Carmelie.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich. Dasha.
And
And more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
John Party.
That's why they call me Mr. Saturday.
Mr. Saturday Night Tour. Friday, September 20th, Toyota Amphitheater. With special guests, Priscilla Block and Larry Fleet.
Got a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown.
John Party. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Hard Rock Sacramento Concert Series.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yeah. Get busy. Get busy. Wouldn't have the same effect if it was get lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason, I thought this was kind of cool. A little shot of history to make you feel, old. And by you, I mean us. On this day, September 19th, 1990. That is 34 years ago if I do the math in my head. There was a band that sent a demo tape with just simply an instrumental on it to a surfer in San Diego who got a hold of it, and he decided to lay down some vocals. Well, turned out the band decided he was the guy. They selected him as their lead singer, and here is the very demo cassette, or at least a few seconds of it, that he sent back to these guys who later went on to have some success in rock and roll.
Something wrong, she says. Of course there is. You were silly like she said. Do I deserve to be? Is that the question?
It's a tape.
And it's so, when
it's a little different, but really close.
Yeah.
That's different. I would have hired him.
Yeah. Worked out well, huh?
Dork.
Wait, what?
Screw him.
Eddie Vedder?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Screw him. You're right. I know exactly where you're going. He was rooting for Seattle.
And then he said F Sacramento.
He did. Didn't he apologize for it, though?
Who cares?
Yeah,
Did he?
you can't take it back.
Too late.
Can't take it back, Ed Ved, as his friends call him. Yeah, he ended up being okay. They're a pretty good band. They've had some success. 34 years ago today, Jason Ross.
Where were you in 1990?
34 years ago today, I was in junior high school. I was hanging out with my best pal, Justin Moore, hitting the basketball courts at Winston Churchill Jr. Probably not dressed as for PE as well as I should have in Coach McCoy or Coach Capello's class. And I'm probably wearing Diodora shoes and some sort of multicolor shirt, jorts, which are making a comeback, I think. Jorts.
Are they?
I should have saved all mine. I had a library of jorts. Bugle Boys, shopping at Miller's Outpost, getting some TNC Surf Design shirts, maybe a Billabong.
Yeah. Stussy. Massimo,
Stussy, Billabong, TNC Surf Design. Whatever happened to TNC Surf Designs? I'm sure they're still around. Hobie. Well, eating Mount Mike's Pizza, playing Street Fighter 2, killing it.
Living a good life.
Living the good life. Come at me. I'm playing Guile. You got no chance, Zangief. All right.
Good luck.
Vernon Davis and Joe Staley. They probably would have done well in Street Fighter 2.
Mm-hmm.
Both big, strong young men. They're amongst the Hall of Fame nominees. Well, Jason, this is always a tough one. Do they get in?
There's a pretty good list of players that didn't get in last year that are still in for consideration. So these are new names. I feel like they are on that track and probably could be Hall of Famers. But when I look at some of the people that didn't get in last year, I thought, ooh, okay. Like Antonio Gates, I don't think did. Did he?
Did he not?
Do I have that right? Maybe I'm missing that one.
I'll check.
Yeah, make sure, because if he didn't, yeah. I mean, he's ahead of Vernon Davis, isn't he?
No offense to Vernon Davis. He's light years ahead of Vernon Davis.
So then my answer went, I actually thought Antonio Gates was in, and I remember when I was looking at it going, wait, Antonio Gates he's not in? So, yeah, he's way ahead. But I feel like Vernon Davis was doing some things that would track that. Staley, it's harder with linemen, but I know he was pretty well decorated and well thought of.
I feel like he is in the Hall of Fame, but it's so, how do you, you said it, it's so hard.
When there aren't stats attached to you.
Yeah, for offensive linemen. Yeah. By the way, do you know that of the nominees for the 2025 class, Jeff Saturday, Antoine Bethea, Bob Sanders, Pat McAfee, Mike Vanderjagt, Adam Vinatieri, Robert Mathis, Reggie Wayne, all Colts. All a bunch of Colts. Yeah, I don't think Vernon. I think Vernon gets into the very, very Hall of Good. And look, for a while, Vernon Davis was a stud.
Absolutely.
For the Niners.
And important to what they did. He was a stud for them. So. I mean, yeah, one of the best in the league.
But I don't think we've got any, unless he got a Super Bowl with somebody else. I don't think we've got any for him. Oh, he did get it with the Broncos. Thank you.
He did?
Yeah. At 50, he was on that Manning team. 2-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Was the co-leader in receiving touchdowns in 2009.
I don't know.
I don't.
He may not be.
I don't think so, dude.
Yeah.
I don't.
Good player.
Really, really good player. 2 years where he had double-digit touchdowns at 13. His 2009 year, 78 catches, 965 yards, and 13 touchdowns is ridiculous for a tight end. That's really, really good. But 63 touchdowns overall, 7,500, 75-62 on the yardage. What'd I say, 62 or something like that? And then I'm saying that because I want to see Antonio Gates here.
Oh, gosh. Antonio's probably over 100.
I mean, my goodness. Antonio Gates in his NFL career, 11,841.
So he's 4,000 yards plus more.
Yeah. And then 116 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah. 4,000 more yards and about 53 more touchdowns. Or 43, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And if he didn't get in on the first try?
What did I say for touchdowns for Davis?
I think you said 63.
Yeah, 63. Not counting postseason on either side, by the way. But yeah, incidentally, Vernon had that's tough. When is Frank Gore eligible? That's the one I'm really interested in. He's not already eligible, right? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But that, to me, the difference for him is, what did he work up to? Number 3 all time in rushing?
I think so.
Yeah.
Frank Gore's Hall of Fame case is pretty much Curtis Martin's Hall of Fame case.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're kind of similar there. And Martin's in the Hall of Fame. Like,
right.
Yeah, he didn't win any titles. Yeah, he was there every year and did the thing every year.
Yeah.
He's like the Mark Burley of football, but better.
Yeah, and that one, like, for a position that gets crushed for age, and like that's where he should get praised, like that he kept playing at a good level past that magic mark of 29.
That's the thing. He
just played a long time. Yeah, he did. That's amazing.
Yeah, and you know what? It's okay. It's absolutely best ability availability, and he was very available. Curtis Martin, incidentally, Jason Ross, when it comes to rushing yards, 14,101. He had 90 touchdowns plus 10 receiving. So he had exactly 100 touchdowns.
Okay.
Write down one more number, if you will.
Yeah.
3,329 receiving yards. Okay. So that is Curtis Martin. Let's just real quick. Franklin McGorenhofer retired in 2020. So he's getting close. All right. Rushing yards, 16,000.
Even?
Oh, exactly 16,000. Rushing touchdowns, 81. Receiving touchdowns, 18. Receiving yards, 3,985.
Okay, so Gore has 600 more yards receiving and 8 more touchdowns.
Okay.
Gore has almost exactly 2,000 more yards rushing, but but he does have 9 less touchdowns.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
He's 100% all.
Absolutely.
I hate that there's even a conversation about this.
He is.
And no disrespect to Curtis Martin either, who is a total stud and deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Just saying.
Yeah.
Curtis Martin's in the Hall of Fame. Frank Gore's in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
All right. Because there are worlds.
Yeah.
Where people,
and even the argument to benefit him more, like it's way more of a pass happy league. I mean, and for him to get those numbers that's
exactly
impressive.
Right. Finally, Jason, Rams Niners this weekend. The Niners have won 9 of the last 10 regular season matchups. They've done pretty well against them in the playoffs too. Is this a Shanahan ownage over McVay thing or what?
Which is weird because a lot of people still think of McVay as one of the better coaches.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I mean, the Niners have been good, but let's remember the Rams have been good in this stretch too. Some of these times they have a Super Bowl in there, and they've been threatening for other playoff appearances. So I don't know what the ownage has been about, but it's kind of irrelevant come Sunday, right?
Let me ask you this, with no disrespect to Domantas Sabonis. Where am I going here? Is this a actual you think there's something there thing? Or is this a Domantas Sabonis is 10-0 against Anthony Davis?
It just happens to be.
Just which you can't. I'm not saying
right.
Just come on.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of a quirk. I mean, again, the Niners are good, but the Rams have been good in this stretch. I think there are 2 very similar coaches, and that's what they kind of grew up in that same general. A couple different systems that those guys were together before, but I don't have a great answer for it besides just the Niners figuring it out more times.
Well, if you don't have a great answer for that, curious, and I want to put you on the spot. We're going to get to the WNBA expansion coming up next. If you don't have an answer for that, do you have an answer? For example, if I had something in my past I wanted to get rid of on my record, or
I've got an answer.
Do you have an answer?
Yeah.
All right. So then in that case, we're going to break here real quick. When we come back, you'll answer the question. If there's something legal maybe that I need help with, you'll have something for us. And not just for me, but maybe it applies to other people. Okay. We'll be right back on Sac Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
I do have an answer for you. Have you ever been in a position where, maybe something from your past has stuck around with you? You just can't shake it. Maybe some things you're looking to do, that mistake is still following you. Well, how do you get rid of that? Is that something that can even happen? It can, and you need to know how and where. Well, contact SacLegalDefense.com and the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. They deal with expungements, but they deal with so much more because they represent you. He lives right here in our city. He is one of us. He is in Sacramento, right there in downtown, and you can reach him at 916-304-9187. And you might need that number for an auto accident. Kind of clean some things up there. Maybe it's a wrongful termination case. There's lots of reasons why you might need representation, and you want to make sure you know who you've got when you need that situation, right? When you're in that pinch. So he will help you out. He will go to bat for you, and whether it's wrongful termination cases, expungements, car accidents, whatever, and wherever you feel and you need that representation. Again, contact SacLegalDefense.com. Call him at 916-304-9187. That's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez, 916-304-9187.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Well, the WNBA is expanding, or is it expanding? Either way.
That was on the plane.
Or is it expediting or expediting? What's your preferred pronunciation?
Do they have a passport?
The W typos are fun. The WNBA is expanding. We talked about this yesterday in the sense that they're going to Portland. Portland, what I find is even more interesting is the group that is going to own the team is a group called Raj Capital. That Raj is for Raj Batal, who is either the biggest or one of the 3 biggest Kings minority owners. his two grown children, daughter and son, Alex Batal, and I forget her name, are going to be running that. They also recently purchased the Portland Thorns, the women's soccer league team. I think that was an expansion team as well. So, there's roots up there in Portland. It's a rough time in that world for Vivek. I feel bad for him because one of the big promises when he came, well, not promises, one of the big initiatives was to bring back the Monarchs. And now we've seen the whatever the hell, what do they call the Golden State, the Valkyries in purple. You got Portland now.
Two West Coast editions.
Two West Coast editions, about as close as you literally can get to Sacramento.
And they've added Toronto.
So there will be Canadian basketball again.
But the league is hot.
The league is hot.
They got to do it now. I mean, this is what, and I still don't understand how it caught, but when you catch this fight, like Caitlin Clark, I don't know. Do you have a great explanation of why she is the lightning rod for this? Because, I mean, she is a great player, but she's not the first, Asia Wilson's great.
Yes.
Sabrina Ionescu's great. There's been great players before, like for whatever reason, from college to the WNBA, this has just been.
Do you want me to give you the real answer? Because I will.
There's a real answer?
I think there's two major parts to it.
Okay.
She's straight and she's white.
Okay.
I think that has created unfairly.
Yeah.
Such a lightning rod between, you got people out there,
but there are other great players. I don't know that they're. I don't know their preference.
You're absolutely.
But
I understand that.
Their race,
but what that has done, and I have really gotten into, unfortunately, WNBA Twitter, and because I'm fascinated by this. I'm not a Caitlin Clark honk at all. I think she's great. I'm fascinated by the effect on the league, and I would hearken you back to Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. We talked about this before.
Yeah.
The NBA was on tape delay.
Right.
It was dying. The Phoenix Suns and their cocaine scandal and everything going on with it. You had Bird and Magic come in. You had the Showtime Lakers and you had the Larry Bird Celtics. But you also, I mean, they've literally done a documentary on this. There was a racial component to that whole thing. You had Magic Johnson and the Lakers, who were predominantly African-American, and Los Angeles and Showtime and this and that. You had Larry Bird and Danny Ainge and Kevin McHale. They're playing in Boston, which doesn't have the best race record, let's just be honest. And they're playing basketball the right way. They pass, and it's fundamentals and So to say that the popularity and following of Bird and Magic wasn't in part, not all, but a lot of it was fueled by racial tension. You look at Caitlin Clark now, and you have the same type of components. Now, we're in a much better place now as a society than we were in 1981 or whatever. But you have different factions out there that probably don't share the same beliefs you and I do, and they see Caitlin Clark come in and dominate. They're like, aha, here we go. And then you have all the sides arguing with each other. And we talked yesterday, Jason, and I was kind of tongue-in-cheek, but not really. There's so much drama in the WNBA this year. And to be fair, the NBA is the biggest drama-filled league there is. This isn't a gender thing. But it's this relevant drama now that people are into. Cheryl Swoops said this about her, and then Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and the whole thing, that they actually need to have like a full-on reality show that follows around, like what they're doing with Sabonis and all that. They need to do that, and I'd love to see them do that in the WNBA because, as we've talked about before, when you look at less than 10% of Olympic coverage, as we've talked about, is actual sport, and the rest is human interest, whatever gets people committed to it is good for the league. You think Larry O'Brien or really David Stern? Of course, David Stern knew there was a racial component.
Right.
Now, he didn't promote it.
Sure.
The LA Showtime African-American predominant team versus the white guys this Sunday on No, of course that.
Right.
He didn't do anything to discourage it because it put eyes on the TVs.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in the WNBA. They need whatever help they can get. And the more people, and you could have your lefty of lefts. You could have your biggest racists, your homophobes, your this, your that, whatever, that are all coming together to talk about something. Well, guess what? They're coming together to talk about something, and that product happens to be the WNBA. So I think a lot of what Caitlin's doing, I think 70, 80%, the majority of it is she's a phenomenal rookie who's a really good basketball player. But I think there's another component that's in there, an uglier component that's in there that we don't talk about enough.
Yeah.
I don't like talking about it, but it's there.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's a burden for her, but I mean,
I think it is.
Gosh,
I
like
think
she has
it
come
is.
in and had legends like Cheryl Swoops question her game when she's just trying to play. It looks like she's got a team that's going to go to the postseason.
Yeah.
She's a phenomenal player. But then I also wonder, like I just said, some of these other players that are great currently in the league, how they view her too, because it's like, look, I've been great. I am great. And the league has been good. And, but I look at it, she's helping. And I don't know that they should look at it any other way than that. For whatever reason, she's helping.
It's such a, first off,
to help create things like this, another expansion team.
I think Caitlin Clark has handled, when you consider, what is she, 22, 23? And all you have people that are cheering for her on her side, love her, obviously, look at the attendance. But you also have the ugly people that are sending her.
Yeah.
God, she's being asked to weigh in on politics, to weigh in.
Why isn't she saying anything about this?
Why isn't she? Race relations, homosexuality. Right. This basketball player is doing what so many people want athletes to do, which is, guys, I'm here to play basketball. I'm here to play basketball. I'm not going to bite on that bait or that bait or that bait. Everyone do your own thing. But then you have people that then hate her even more, that say, hold on, you have a platform and a responsibility to speak out on this. How dare you? Yeah. That is a, and by the way, I'm not here to judge who's right or who's wrong. I'm just saying this happened. It is privilege to not speak out on X or Y or Z. It's an impossible situation. She liked a Taylor Swift post the other day, a political Taylor Swift post. And my God, the backlash on that. I think she's handled it about as well as anybody could, much less a young person. But then on top of that, again, we played the Cheryl Swoops comment earlier, and she's far from the only one. She has her detractors. And it's like, guys, you have this person that's come into the league that seems to handle themselves well, about as humble as you can be for being as good a player as she is. And I don't care if she's the least humble person and she's out there doing the crotch chop every time she hits a layup. She is making everybody more money.
Yes.
This is a Tiger Woods effect on the WNBA. Not that there weren't already women or straight women or white women or black. It doesn't matter. But you have this new kid in town that is making everybody money. Now with Tiger, it was, who's this black guy on the tour? And, 3 years ago, people of color couldn't caddy at the Masters. This is still a little weird. And you have Fuzzy Zeller saying the stupid crap he said. It's a bit of a different thing there, but you have, let's be honest, man. Unfortunately, some of the biggest boons, the biggest jumps in popularity in sports history have come because there's some sort of racial or sexual or political aspect to it.
Yeah.
Jackie Robinson brought quite a few more eyes on the game. He wasn't the first black MLB player, but my God, he was the one that, and the pressure that's on Caitlin Clark is the pinky toe, is the little white part of the nail on the pinky toe of the pressure Jackie Robinson had to deal with. And it's still a lot. You imagine if Twitter and Instagram were around when Jackie broke in?
No.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch and what to watch. There's a few things.
Yeah.
We'll do that next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
They're going to give it. No, it's a play action. Purdy going to roll left, throw for the end zone. Caught by George Kittle. He has the hat trick tonight, a career high. 3 touchdown catches for George. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, opportunity is a big part of September baseball, and in the case of the A's lefty Brady Basso, it's been a bit of a twisting path. When he took the mound for the Athletics against the White Sox on Friday the 13th, he was beginning his 5th stint with the ball club this year. He went out and fired 5 1/3 innings of shutout baseball that night to earn his first Major League win.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity Internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver that includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay to store bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity Internet or TV and price subject to change.
When it comes to fighting for families and protecting kids, no one works harder than our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover. A member of the Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus, Hoover has worked across party lines and proposed tougher penalties for fentanyl crimes, stricter sentences for drug trafficking near schools, and RILA's law to make sure anyone who abuses a child is held accountable. A former school board member, Josh has fought to support school police officers, prohibit homeless encampments near schools, and increase funding for school facilities. Josh Hoover knows that families have been paying more for everything from gas and groceries to utilities and insurance. In the Assembly, Josh is working to provide relief to families, reduce the cost of housing, and stop Gavin Newsom from raising gas prices even more next year. Josh Hoover is making a difference for our families, our community, and our future. Our voice, our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover.
Paid for by Hoover for Assembly 2024.
Do you have old baseball cards and sports memorabilia from the 50s and 60s collecting dust in your closet? They could be very valuable in any condition. Find out at the Sports Cards Roadshow. We'll be in the Sacramento area to evaluate your old and modern sports cards. Visit sportscardsroadshow.com today to schedule your appointment. Ask about your free on-site sports card evaluation. For large vintage and modern collections, we can come to you. Skip the garage sale. Sports Cards Roadshow is buying. Call 1-800-560-3272 today or visit sportscardsroadshow.com.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints of the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Sean Party.
That's why they call me Mr. Saturday.
Mr. Saturday Night Tour. Friday, September 20th, Toyota Amphitheater. With special guests, Priscilla Block and Larry Fleet.
Got a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown.
Sean Party.
Last time only.
On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Hard Rock Sacramento Concert Series.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884. Sacramento. Dirks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich.
Be the difference.
Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
I'll give you one more fun Caitlin Clark fact maybe you didn't know. Because she was busy representing Team USA and winning a gold medal in the FIBA Under-16 America's Championship in Buenos Aires, she only played in 6 soccer games as a high school freshman. In those 6 games, she scored, how many goals do you think she scored in 6 games as a freshman on varsity soccer?
9.
9. Chris, you're the soccer guy. You're Mr. Soccer, even though your team suffered a home draw yesterday.
Suffered.
They look beatable. That's what they say.
What's her position?
Don't know.
Oh.
It doesn't say.
So I'm supposed
I know.
to...
Yes, you're just supposed to guess.
In 6 games?
6 games as a freshman on the varsity team.
I will say...
Jason said 9. You say 8.
Oh, then I'll say 13.
You'll say 13. She scored 26 goals in 6 games.
Erling Haaland of
Erling Haaland, I was going to say that, of soccer. She was the only freshman named first team All-State. Her coach said, quote, she was Division I material in soccer easily. She had stayed in soccer and made that her number 1 sport, and then the voice trailed off there, perhaps not wanting to sound full of hyperbole. Instead, he said she was really good. Did she choose the wrong sport?
Where would soccer be now?
Where would soccer be right meow? One other thing in honor of your Yankees making the playoffs. This is a Mike Francesa of Mike and Mike on New York radio. We like busting this out every once in a while.
Mike and Mike.
Or Mike and the Mad Dog, not Mike and Mike. Mike and Mike was ESPN, Chris. Don't be silly. Mike and the Mad Dog, the pioneers of sports radio, if you will. This was him talking about the, now let me be clear here, everybody. Listen to what I'm saying. He's talking about how the corks from the champagne bottles used in the post-game, post-clinching celebrations were being sold on eBay, and he was incredulous that people were buying these corks from champagne bottles. It gets fun because Mike has a New York accent.
The teams that made the playoffs, you can actually bid on the corks from the champagne bottles. This is Major League Baseball selling these to people. The corks. How about that? Can you imagine such a thing? You want that cork. Here it is. The Blue Jay cork right now, the current bid is $55 for a Blue Jay authenticated cork used in clubhouse celebration of the Blue Jays. $55 bid now. For the Mets, $15. The auction ends in December. Just in time for Christmas. Wrap a piece of cork and put it under the tree. Imagine giving somebody the guys, the Met clubhouse attendants didn't realize they could have put 15 of these in their pocket and made a fortune. They're selling these.
Fortune.
Thieves.
Jason, despite, in addition to the obvious fun of that clip, can I just say that if the Kings clinched the world championship, I'm not going to lie. I would probably not spend a ton of money, but I would buy one.
No.
Come on!
Buy a champagne cork.
Let me ask you guys something. If you could buy one of the corks used in the locker room as the Kings clinch the NBA Finals and they are world champions for $20, you wouldn't do it?
No.
I would buy it for 20. I'd buy it
Maybe.
for $20. I'd put it in a little one of them prism thingy display dealy bobs. Get a little I'd probably spend another $20 on the prism thingy and maybe a little plate cork used in the I love that. I love that type of stuff. I like that type of collection. I'm not going to get some game worn shoes or anything. No.
Would part of it be that you would still smell the champagne? So would you want that feature at all? To have it be accessible to smell it?
You could just as old. Well, no, because I'd have it under the glass. But maybe every once in a while, somebody special comes over to visit, and hey,
Check this out.
You ever, you want to,
You want to see it?
You want to smell? You want to smell the cork from the. By the way, I can't play a Francesa clip without this. The gorilla.
Can you imagine if that was your child in there? You're going to have people who are going to say, "Wait a second, I'm worried about the gorilla."
Shout out Harambe, by the way, but the gorilla.
The gorilla.
What to watch tonight? Pats and Jets.
Pats
in New Jersey.
Yeah.
How come nobody ever goes, "Oh, they're the New Jersey Jets," like they do with Santa Clara and the Niners?
I think they do a lot.
Do they? We just don't hear about it. Well, the Bills are like, we're the only team in New York.
They do.
We're the only team in New York. I think in Buffalo closer to Canada than New York City, though.
Might be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is Buffalo the Sacramento of New York to LA? Just saying. One pro team, kind of north.
Do they have a hockey team?
Oh, the Sabres. Yeah, well, we got a soccer team.
Oh, yeah, the Republic.
Giants and Orioles.
Okay.
Giants looking for is this a sweeperoo?
The Giants have been helping out my Yankees.
They have. Yeah.
Thank you, Giants.
Do you think when the Giants go to New York that like they and the Yankees sometimes go out to dinner?
I mean, they're all Giants.
What are you talking about?
No, I mean, when they get together in New York.
When they get together.
Because they were in New York 50 years ago?
Well, don't take our word for it.
Dan in Warwick, what's up, Dan?
Hey, Mike. I just got a question about the Giants. In your years of experience, have you ever seen, how the San Francisco Giants were once the New York Giants? Has there ever been either a franchise to franchise or maybe even player to player get together when San Francisco comes to New York? Like, do they ever say hi? Maybe, I don't know, go out to dinner or something?
I don't know what are you talking about?
Is there ever any interaction when the San Francisco Giants come to New York or vice versa?
The San Francisco Giants come to New York and do what?
Have a game.
They play against the Mets, and what do you want to happen now?
Do the New York Giants ever reach out to them, either the players or the franchises?
The football Giants?
Yeah, the football Giants.
Well, what is the connection between the San Francisco Giants and the football Giants?
Well, they used to be in New York, and they got the same name.
But they have nothing to do with each other, though. There's no connection. They have different ownership. There's no connection between the two teams. I mean, there's no connection in any way between the two teams. They have no relationship. Do you think because they're Giants are like brothers or something? That might be the weirdest question.
He does get some weird ones.
Gorilla.
The gorilla.
My favorite was like, "Hey, Mike, do you remember his 1963? His July 3rd, guys? You remember that game? What?
and all this poor guy's trying to do. I know the call you're talking about. All he's trying to do is just have a nice memory with Frank.
I'm sorry, Mike.
With Mike.
I'm sorry, Mike. I shouldn't have called.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And then he just gets really mad, and then Frank just kind of, I don't know, destroys him. That poor guy. Anyways, we'll take a break. When we come back, Jason, you want to do some?
Yeah, we got a good list today.
We got a good list today.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, in that case,
I had a good list yesterday too.
Let me. And then I'll make this really short here.
Eddie in Queens, what's up, Eddie?
Hey, Mike.
What's happening?
I
hope you can bring a little sanity. I hope you can bring a little sanity to this. Go ahead.
A little bit, and I was always waiting for the right moment to chime in with a few of mine. Is that okay? A little bit.
What are we talking about?
July 4th, 1961, doubleheader to Tigers, Yankees. Do you remember that one a little bit? Or you recall that one?
No, man. What? Off the top of my head, you want me to remember July 4th, 1961? I was 6 years old.
Well, I think, okay, because then, all right, well, I know you had mentioned that, that's when you were starting to
Yes, but you think I remember July 4th, 1961?
But it was when Frank Larry laid down a bunt in the ninth inning and the second game of the doubleheader at the stadium. And I don't know, just wondering if that, even historically looking back, if that one ever.
What's the point?
There's no point.
What's the point of the Frank Larry? I'm trying. Why would you want to bring that up?
Why? What is memorable about it?
They were in a heated pennant race with the
Right, but it was only July 4th. But go ahead. But they're in the pennant race. The Tigers were a great team that year, won 100 games and didn't win the pennant. We know that. Okay, but what's the point of that game?
There's no point. Just wanted to share it with you, Mike.
That Frank Larry laid a bunt down?
What now?
It was an important part of my life, Mike.
Wait a second. Wait. Then tell me about what was the point? I'm missing the point.
Okay, maybe. All right. We'll leave it at that, Mike. Okay.
What is the point? I'm trying to give you a chance to explain it.
The point is that you had mentioned 1961
right.
That was important in your
but what is
life.
There's about 30 more seconds. We'll take a break. When we come back, Cross Time. It's Taz and Watkins. We wrap up our version of the programming for the day coming up next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite news podcasts? Good news! Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy with podcasts like The Daily, Up First, and 5 Things Uninterrupted at Amazon.com/ad-free. Just head to Amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Is this house a good price compared to others in the area? Are prices going up or down? If I don't make an offer right this very moment, will I miss my chance? These are just some of the questions a home buyer might ask. And these are the sorts of questions an agent who is a realtor can help answer. Because realtors have the expertise, data, and access to specialty training to help you navigate the process of buying a home. They provide support, guidance, and have your back every step of the way. That's what realtors do, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CLEAN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system? And you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Model Year End pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the Model Year End event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mock. Ing.
Bird.
Ing. Yeah. Yeah. Good morning.
Eddie, I'm trying.
Sorry. We're trying. Hey, can you turn up our volume, please? A little. Wow, that's a lot. That's
what you asked for.
Sorry.
Dave likes it. That's what I've heard.
I like to swim in it. I like to swim in the sound. I don't know what's going on. How you doing? Good morning. What? Swim in the sound.
Great. You guys look great. Yeah, you guys look great. What's the occasion?
I don't know. I want to know what Jason's. That's the first thing I said. He's
he's straight from the plane. He flew Spirit, so we're just glad he made it.
Spirit Airlines. You'll probably get there.
What's worse, Spirit or Frontier?
I think Frontier's okay. I think
I've never flown either.
I have
I've just
flown Frontier.
Frown? You said frown?
What a maroon.
What a maroon. How you guys doing? How you doing, Chris Watkins?
Good. I hear Allegiant's not great either. The stadium? No, the airline. I've never even came across that.
Yeah. That's our team chart.
I think they
for
only
Sac
fly
State.
out of Stockton.
It's
Until
Allegiant's great
until the Sac 12 comes. Yeah. Then we're on United.
Yeah. You guys excited?
First class.
Big Sac 12.
What? Oh yeah, I'm going to be at all the tailgates.
That's what I asked today.
50 mil. You got it. So they want $5 million a year for
50
10
mil.
years.
They'll get the 50 mil. I'm not worried about that. But
You aren't?
They're already.
Where?
They've got people. They've got people. It's $5 million a year, and there's alumni, there's sponsorship. That's
Tom
Reese
Hanks
Hoskins
went to Sac State.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Reese Hoskins and Tom Hanks.
Well, I'm saying there's also ones we don't
Tom
know.
Hanks, he could find $50 million in his couch.
Well, does he want
Lester Holt.
Lester Holt.
Serious newsman.
But I'm more worried about the money for the football and basketball.
The stadiums. Yeah. And Chris and I were trying to figure out what the order of operations are.
As far as which they do first?
Yeah,
football.
Well, yes, but do you just need confirmation? Then you go to the Pac-12.
Well, that's if the Pac-12 is. There's nothing saying this is a cookie cutter like do it and you're in. I think this is more of a do it and okay. Now you won't be under consideration if you don't. And here's the Mountain West over there. Is like, want to see it? Like they're waiting in the wings.
I mean, couldn't you come up with a partnership if you don't have the basketball arena to work at? Play Golden One.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I think that's exact. I have a feeling that's exactly what the plan would be. But it would eventually have to be while they're building their own place. Now, assuming it's on site, which they had already said that I think the football stadium would be. I would assume the basketball stadium would be. So they have site control, which is a huge thing. There's probably some government things because they're a state university that can get involved as well.
Naming rights, those kind
naming
of
rights.
The Golden One thing. Take it from a guy whose college team plays in an NFL stadium. Cool in theory.
Yeah,
right.
Not really cool when it's happening.
Yeah. Right.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
But I think they'd probably knock off the upper deck.
Something. Black it out.
Yeah.
Mount Davis it.
And did you hear they're opening up Mount Davis for the Final A's game?
I thought that was illegal.
Yeah, they're not. No, they're not.
Is that amongst all the things they're doing for the fans?
Yeah. I'm
not going to keep going.
I had a list here of all the things they're doing for the fans. Is it over there?
Yeah. Well, Chris is going, And all I
and
want,
Chris is going.
Right? Can one of you
train?
Can one of you just eat a bacon wrap hot dog for me?
I thought you were going to say something else. Will you just eat a bacon wrapped hot dog for me? Yeah.
Please.
We'll have fun. Good job. Wow. Any other money you're giving to John Fisher, guys? You support billionaire, big friend of the billionaire, Chris Rod.
I am eating in the parking lot.
But you paid for your ticket.
A bacon wrap hot dog.
No.
Please.
Talk about getting some carne asada cooked up.
I also act like those aren't in Sacramento. I see those in Sacramento.
Dude, you know the
Friday
one that
night.
always gets me is the lady in front of Golden One Center that has the little Blackstone type.
Which
grill.
one?
There's one lady I always find. It's the same one.
With what's she whipping?
But yes, with the peppers and onions.
Then
The bacon wrapped hot dog?
Are they? I never.
Brats or whatever. That's the smell.
5 people walking around with those.
Yeah, are there?
Yeah.
Well, no, she's got a whole grill.
Oh,
set
I'm
up.
Dave. I only park underneath.
No, it's by the. She's by the Doco little design.
There's a lot of them.
Whatever the hell that is. No, the one with the big D and the O and the C.
Media
There's 2 of them.
Are there?
There's
I
2
don't
of them.
know.
Jerry Reynolds.
What do you want from me? I like the smell of the thing. What do you want? Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies.
Wednesday, you said?
Wednesday.
Okay.
What's Wednesday?
Crumble Chris?
Crumble Chris next
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday. Crumble Chris.
Wednesday.
Coming up next Wednesday. I love how we're pre-promoting Crumble Chris like a week in advance. That's great. Jason Ross.
Yes. On this date, in what year did the movie Moneyball?
Okay. All right. Okay.
Speaking of the Oakland A's.
Okay. All right.
All right.
2007.
Yeah, you're close.
Yeah.
I think.
Are we movie or
Yeah.
book? Oh,
Movie.
Movie.
Sorry,
God, listen.
2007 just seems way early.
I'm gonna go with I think it's 08.
Ooh. Disagree. Circle business.
I'll say 2013.
2010.
Chris Verlotta is the closest, 2011.
Oh, that was the other one I was thinking.
All right.
Foiled again.
Happy birthday today to Jimmy Fallon. James Fallon?
Jimmy.
Whoa!
You guys watch? I watch Jimmy Fallon like I watch SNL. If the skit is good enough, I'm going to see it on Twitter.
So you don't watch Jimmy Fallon.
I mean, that's like everything, right?
No, you know what?
Nowadays.
Jimmy Fallon did. I still will go back and watch every once in a while. Did you ever see the thing where he did the doo-wop group with Billy Joel off the iPad? It's one of the most. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It's so cool.
Jimmy, that's an interesting one.
I say 51.
Yeah, you're probably close there. I think it's a big 5-0. I think that's why Jason brought it up. I think it's a big 5-0.
That's why I brought it up.
'Cause you can tell when it's a guy.
44.
Nah.
52.
We have a correct answer, and
Come
it goes
on.
to Alan Stiles.
Oh,
Big
you can
5-0.
always tell when there's a
You
big
like
number.
Red, you like a tree.
You know what it is when it's I'm telling Jason
Go ahead. No, if
Jason's
it's hurt.
story. If it's a non-sports person, normally it's a biggie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a theme to the next couple.
Oh.
First one, you won't identify the theme, but it is happy birthday to Trey Young.
Ah, he's not 30 yet. Can't be.
Trey Young is 28.
He's got 2 kids.
Not Trey?
What does that mean?
That's on the way. I think he is 28. So I'm gonna say 27 because I don't want to. I'd rather be wrong than
I
Tyler.
want to ride the coattails.
Yeah,
I'll
27.
say 26.
I'll also say 26.
We have a correct answer. It is Chris and Chris, 26.
Wow. Too old.
So his old backcourt mate, DeJounte Murray's birthday today.
They share a birthday, but not the
He's
ball.
actually, I know this one. He's 27.
You know it.
I do know it.
No, he's 28.
He's 29. They're 29 or 30.
Chris?
28.
228s. That is a correct answer.
Oh,
Chris
come
and Alan.
on.
Dang it.
And
Come on.
his new backcourt mate, CJ McCollum's birthday today.
Wow.
That's weird.
Wow, he hates that.
Siege is 32.
I was gonna say 32.
Did you know CJ McCollum? Did you know the CJ stands for Chris Jericho? And he was born before Jericho started wrestling, which is crazy to me.
How do you even know who Chris Jericho is?
He's a wrestler.
Lehigh University.
Yeah.
That famous picture of him
Yeah.
And I don't know, is that even is that CGI? Is that real?
I don't know.
CGI.
Also not confirmed that's what it stands for, but I think it probably does.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
How old did you say?
I just bulldozed that
30,
joke of
you did.
yours.
He's 33. I said 32.
I think you said 32.
Who said 30?
32. Now it's 33.
No, I'll take 32.
32 and 32. You went to 33.
34.
Correct answer. Carmichael Dave, 33.
No!
Also, happy 35th birthday to former Sacramento King Tyreek Evans.
Hey!
And happy what birthday to Carl Landry, former King?
Carl Landry
Carl
is.
Landry.
I'm gonna say he's 43.
Carl Landry.
Carl
41.
44.
Answer. 41.
Wow.
I'm on fire!
Carl Landry, expert. All right, Styles and Watkins, my wife's favorite show and yours, coming up. The Stars of Media Day in a week and a half.
Yeah.
They get the best spot. No pressure, guys. They're coming up next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23.